Yo. Once again, we back. This is We Just Messengers podcast. I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
We got some special guests in the building. I almost fumbled it, but we good. We got some special guests in the building today, man. I got my boy Briggs and I got my boy Shane from the Southern Comfort podcast.
Yes, sir.
So we're doing a special crossover edition.
Little mashup.
Yeah, a little mashup, you know what I'm saying? We got my dog Drew Money on the boards as usual, of course.
How y'all feeling?
We good, man.
I feel big time being up in here with y'all boys. Right.
Nah, man.
Well, SC come together, man.
Yeah,
You know it.
man.
Already, you know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How y'all niggas feeling, man?
Good, man. I'm just happy to be alive. We just been talking all that crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
A lot of
happy to
shit
be
went
here.
on in the city last
Every
night,
fucking
man.
week is something different, man. You just make when you wake up, you just like, damn, I'm thankful. I don't got nothing to complain about. Well, I know
Sure.
I do.
Nah, I'm feeling the same way. There's a lot of shit going on out here for real, man.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah, so how long y'all been doing y'all podcast for the listeners who don't know?
We started like 2018, I want to say.
Yeah.
We came up with the idea 2018, early 2018. Did a couple practice episodes that we didn't drop. I actually still got them joints saved. I might actually drop them just because they like
Drop
so
them later
raw.
on.
And then we finally dropped like October of 2018. So that was like our first official
Took a couple
episode.
months to learn the technology and everything like that.
Trial and error.
Yeah, we were straight. So,
We was doing that ever since, man.
Yeah, man.
Ever since.
Or that's what's up. That's what's up, man. And where can people find y'all at?
at Shane, what's on things?
like y'all personals too now if y'all want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
SoundCloud, iTunes,
Yeah.
y'all on Google
Oh,
Play.
we the
where y'all
Southern
at?
Cover podcast. We
On
all
SoundCloud,
we
yeah.
on all platforms for the most
So on
part.
SoundCloud is the Southern Comfort Podcast. On Twitter is Soul Code Podcast. And then email is soulcodepodcast843@gmail.com.
Yeah.
My personal, basically 2 Shanes at everything, 2_Shanes with an S on the end.
I'm more likely Briggs kid or Wall Street Briggs, depending on the conversation.
This nigga Briggs, we have you tripping on the TL. Nigga, you have me tripping on the TL, man. Like y'all said, man, we had a wild week. We had some crazy shit going on, like within the city, outside the city. Of course, you know, we gonna start off with the Kwame Brown, situation with him, Matt, and Stack. What's y'all thoughts on that, man? How's everybody? Who want to touch on that first?
I'll say at first, when it first started, it definitely was, what's the word? I can't even think of the word, but it was funny when it first started. Like, it was like where it came from out the blue, whatever like that, because he was getting clowned for years. And then
He just finally got tired of that shit.
I guess, he just finally got tired of it. But now he just keep going and going and going. It's like he's kind of running out now. But it's like everybody who say his name, he got smoke for him.
It's
You
like
feel
that.
like it's warranted, or you just feel like he coming from a place where, he just finally.
I felt like the beginning of it was warranted. Like, even with in the podcast, he didn't really go back at Gilbert because Gilbert really didn't say much about it. But how he went at Matt and Stack, I guess he was just tired of the ESPN, the analysts going at him, whatever like that. Then how he brought up Stephen A. Stephen A. always went at him for years.
Mm-hmm.
So some of it was warranted. Now he just I guess he's just building his platform.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
I mean, you got the way I look at it. Like, I can't really be mad at if he is just going in to build a platform. Like, it's well warranted to me because, like I said, like the man been getting picked on since he's been 18 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Like that man, he ain't asked for none of that shit. Like, it's just like.
But it's like that.
You say picked on. What do you mean picked on?
Like, all right, the way he described how he came in and was playing with Jordan and shit like that.
I saw
don't
that
feel like-
shit.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like that was warranted for Jordan to handle him like that, especially
Yeah.
being an 18-year-old. Like that man was just trying to learn the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga said Charles Oakley tried to fight him.
yeah,
and
like
shit.
they was throwing like veterans at this man in practices, and like the way he was talking about that shit, I was like, damn, like that ain't
Yeah.
kind of
That's some wild
crazy.
shit.
That's kind of over the top, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Especially
like,
when he a kid still. At the end of the day, he may be built like a grown
because
man,
Jordan
but
wasn't
he's a
compared
kid.
to his sons if they came in the league. Like,
I believe he would have did the same thing.
I don't think so. Bro.
Nah.
I don't think so.
I don't think there was nothing wrong with that though.
But he said
But he
that. He
had-
said they really wanted to trade for Elton Brand, right?
Something like
That
that.
what he said
Yeah.
based
Something like that.
based off the Facebook post that I seen.
Yeah.
But I didn't see nothing wrong with that.
So you don't see nothing wrong with Oakley trying to fight that man?
No.
Oakley was probably 40 at the time,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying, like,
that's like a 40-year-old trying to fight a kid.
I get the
dog.
point. I get the point of them doing that though. Like I get the point of them doing that.
Like
Try
you
to
talking about, I
toughen them up.
I would practice 2 hours on a game day, but when Kobe died and we knew stories before and after he died about how he would practice 4 hours on game day, like we always glorify athletes' workout regimen, but to me that like I've heard worse rookie stories than that. I've heard worse. Like to me that's light work.
I don't think he was trying to do that. I don't think he was,
But then you're not going to be good then.
I mean, but that's on him if he wanted to put that in. That wasn't on nobody.
No, if you're the number one overall draft pick, I don't care what age you are. If you're the number one overall draft pick, dog, you got to get put through the fire. That's what just come with it.
Yeah.
And to me, it just seemed like, he wasn't built for it, and that's okay. And like he said, he was able to provide for his family, but good players provide for their family too. So why is it now all of a sudden that there's a sympathy card for Kwame in terms of that? Nobody ever talked about this man outside basketball. Nobody ever slandered this man. The only thing that people talked about was him being a bust. We do it for anybody else. So why all of a sudden now it's a sympathy for him? We didn't do it for Jamarcus Russell.
I don't think it's sympathy, bro.
It's definitely sympathy, bro.
I don't think so because
it's sympathy, bro. It's sympathy, bro.
It's the sympathy coming from.
It's starting to
because
get
niggas is basically like on some. Oh man, that was wrong. He 18. My nigga, you the number one overall draft pick. We don't do that shit for nobody else.
I don't think that happened to nobody else though. That's my thing. Like
that's his specific story. You can't discount his story.
Like you can't.
I'm not discounting this story. I'm saying I've heard worse.
What have you heard that's worse than Charles Oakley trying to fight a 18-year-old?
I guess that's what we're saying. If you say you've heard worse to a certain degree, you are trying to discount his story. Like at the end of the day, that's what he went through. He just speaking his truth. That's the way I look at it.
Oh no, I'm just speaking in terms of if that was his story, that's cool. But what I'm saying is that we don't have this reaction to nobody else who's been a bust, especially number one overall pick. Like I said, that's why I brought up Jamarcus Russell. Everybody say that he
bust stay in the league for 10 years.
100%.
What bust stay in the league for 10 years?
Yeah, I can't think.
Shit, Ryan Leaf played almost 6-7 as a backup.
Where Anthony Bennett at?
I don't know where he at.
I was about to say Anthony Bennett, but he's like
that nigga's. He played for the Dragons.
Oh yeah, some shit like.
How long did Michael Olowokandi play for the Clippers? He had to play until like 05, 06, had to.
When he get drafted?
98, number one overall.
He was in the league for
so a bust can play multiple years. Like
not 10, bro. Like they gonna fade away after like.
Bro, hey, let's put this in perspective, bro. Like, did anybody ever say that this man was good at basketball? Especially when we was growing up.
Nobody said that. Like nobody said he was good at.
But everybody say he was a bust. We're not gonna try to change the narrative now that busts don't play 10+ years. I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't like he was getting max minutes. He rarely was ever starting on the team. He held down a roster spot, and that's what's up. Like, if anything, I feel like he was warranted at going at Charlemagne because first of all, you don't volunteer nobody family information. Matt and Stack, I felt was warranted because they went out their way to bring this man up when Jeannie Buss didn't even mention this man's name.
Yeah.
Now everything else, cool. He can shoot his shit to everybody else. This, that, and the third. It's just the reaction I've been seeing is kind of like, dog, like this what we doing? Like, we don't do this for nobody else, dog. And it's like for a whole decade, that's just what it was. You bring up Kwame Brown name, dog was a bust. It wasn't like, this nigga failed at life or, he ain't taking care of his family. Like, we didn't know he was under the.
Matt and Stack trying to spin it on like you failed at life, your life dirt and all that other shit.
Did they say that? Because I didn't catch that.
No, Stack said like your life is dirt. Like, yeah, he was taking all the shots while still trying to be like, I don't want no problems.
But then that's some weak shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like everything that he's saying towards them and everybody who he has smoking, I feel like is warranted. Because a lot of times like they was bringing this man name up for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, when he was playing, that's the only time I ever heard this man's name. After he stopped playing, there was no running jokes about him.
I remembered him, but when I heard him, I was like, damn, I can't remember how bro looked.
That's what I'm saying. When I first seen the video,
I was thinking around in the league.
I remember his name. I had to like Google him. I said, I remember.
When I first went, somebody, shout out to Mari. Mari sent me the video, and I'm saying, Kwame, like, who is this? Because he had the glasses on. Mm-hmm. It's like, shit, this Kwame. So like you said, I didn't even recognize dog.
He didn't look older.
You sometimes I didn't even recognize this man. So
nigga like a regular old hood nigga. This in the hood.
Yeah. So when I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, like off rip, it was kind of like, okay, I get it. So now it's kind of like, okay, dog, you just do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with it, but to me, it's just like, it just seemed like, we gotta, like, I just.
But on the real,
I can't feel it because we just don't do that for nobody else. Like, if you number 1 overall draft pick, dog, you supposed to maintain that standard, bro. It's the reason why LeBron got held under that same scrutiny. It's the reason why anybody else who went number 1 overall.
I don't see niggas holding Blake Griffin to that.
What you mean? Blake Griffin lived up.
How did Blake Griffin live up to that?
Being number 1 overall pick, he was an all-star for multiple years. And he was a leading scorer on the Clippers.
Then he kind of like.
How did he didn't live up? You don't think he lived up to being number 1?
I've seen it kind of even keel.
So are you comparing Blake to Kwame in this scenario?
No, I'm not. He's a better basketball player, but I don't feel like when you say overall, like you're saying it like in a LeBron.
He lived up to the number. No, he's not LeBron. I'm saying he lived up to being number 1 though.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying from what I've seen, it's kind of even keel.
You felt like he wasn't a lottery pick?
Who, Blake?
Yeah.
Coming out of college, out of Oklahoma, yeah, he should have been.
Do you feel like somebody should have went number 1 over him that year?
When was that? What?
09.
09? I don't even remember.
I can't even think of who came out.
I don't remember
09.
that top 10. I don't even remember that shit, honestly.
I think it was like
that was him
him.
and Steph and
Steph.
and James Harden, all them.
James went number 4. Johnny Flynn.
No, I'm sure.
Ricky.
Nah, it was Blake because he had all the highlights and shit. Like he's supposed to be number 1 that year. Like niggas knew Steph was scoring, but he wasn't. The Davidson wasn't a good basketball program, so it was like, it is what it is.
Oh yeah, Blake,
And
Hasheem
then
Thabeet.
Johnny Flynn got picked over.
Hasheem
Steph.
Thabeet is a bust.
Yeah, he was. He came from my school, but he was a bust. Like he was.
Is it okay to call somebody a bust? I seen Jalen Rose say you need to retire if you take care of your family, then you're not a bust. Like when did we say?
Are you feeling that on some Russell Westbrook shit or what?
I didn't want to use that as a talking point because
it is.
No, because
it's fair if you want to say it.
No, I don't want people to think that. I don't care what people think, but people might see and think I have something against that man, and it's not that because this apply to everybody. I separate basketball from off the court, so it's just like, bro, nobody ever said that you are a loser outside of basketball. You see what I'm saying? So when you say, "Oh, I was able to buy my mom a house at 18, 19," like if that's the case, we need more losers like me. Oh, that's great, but good players buy their mama house too. You see what I'm saying? And the way from where I was seeing, we got dog. Every day people call certain players trash. Niggas call Draymond trash every day. You included.
It's a difference between trash and being a bust, though, bro. Nobody ever said Draymond was a bust. Nobody ever said that.
He wasn't. There's nothing to
not
call
that
him a
good,
bust
but he's
because
not
he
a
wasn't a lottery pick.
That's not the point, though, bro. Like he was never looked at as an overall player to be coming into the league.
Okay, so but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, everybody taking care of their family, bro.
Yeah.
If you in the league, everybody's a winner in that sense. Everybody who's in the league and maintaining the contract is a winner in life. If you able to take care of your family, but that's not what this is about. And I feel like within media, and I said this the other day, it's a lot of media members that I see, they don't have no type of critique. They don't have no type of real analysis on certain players, whether they want to be cool with a player. Artists too, music too. And we're gonna talk about that other thing with Mano and B-Dot. But it's like where do you draw the line between being like having a critique and separating that personal shit, man? It's nothing personal if I'm strictly like, dog, at the end of the day, Kwame Brown didn't live up to being the number 1 overall draft pick. That he was a bust. And it's nothing personal. So then when I see people say, oh, we got to get rid of that word, and no, for what? If you didn't live up, you didn't live up. And that just is what it is. It's nothing personal, dog. If you took care of your family, you took care of your family. But I don't never see people talk about these players outside their sport. Like, oh, this nigga's a bum. Or you ain't shit.
I mean, that would be fair to say, but in this instance, bro, Stack and Matt was wrong for how they brought him up. So,
I agree with that.
He wanted to go off on them niggas.
I agree with that.
Whoever else he want to go off on. So.
But it's like, okay, so when him going off on Stephen A, him going off on Skip, all he ever said the man was a bust. So why is he so hurt behind that?
I mean, I guess at this point with him is fuck everybody.
Yeah,
everybody
I'm
can
telling
get,
you, anybody who
can
says
get
his
it.
name,
Like,
anybody who says his
anybody
name
can
right
get
now,
it, bro.
he
Like
going at all of them.
He on some other shit. Like, he trying to like really go at the media and how they really portray people all around.
But it's not a black thing though.
It's not that sympathy
no,
thing.
He didn't say it's a black thing.
No, yeah, he definitely did say that.
Like
he did. No, he did say that though.
This shit now.
He did say that though.
Like, You talk shit, get hit pretty much. Like, you're not going to say my name on anything and just think you're going to get away with it.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, a player is fair. a player is warranted to, clap back at somebody if they critiquing him. But my whole thing is basketball. So when he say, "Oh, we got to watch these media members who tear down black men," how he tearing them down by critiquing your game? That's my question. Like, what does that have to do with that?
I see his point, bro, because nobody, no other bus gets talked about like Homie Brown.
Nobody's been talking about this nigga since 2012, bro.
Every time we talk about bus,
when the last time we heard about him?
Bro, it's a reason why Jaylen Brown's had to defend this man's name a few times, bro. Like, I'm just saying how I can see how he can feel how he's the bus that always get picked on, bro. I can see how he feels that way, and it's been proof of people actually defending this man throughout this whole time. Like,
when the last time in media you heard this man's name? That's what I'm asking you.
2018.
You? For me, 2012.
All right, so that's somebody that heard it before you.
Is it a constant point? Is he a constant talking point?
It was Stephen A. calling him Kwame Brown and going on his little.
This 2018.
That was 2018.
Okay.
That's the last thing I remember too. I remember Stephen A. going on the Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown had been out the league how long since
then?
2018. When he stopped playing, what? 2011, 2010.
Yeah.
Now, he was in the league 12, so probably 12.
So 2012, he already been out the league 6 years. Why are y'all still talking about this man? Nobody, no other bus get talked about when like what? Why are we talking about this man?
Yeah, because you ain't heard shit about Greg Oden in how long?
nobody talking about no other bus,
That's
bro.
like a nigga
That's why I said I can
too.
kind of see how he like, bro. Like, why y'all still like, why y'all still on me, bro? Like, I'm in the country driving the truck, bro. Leave me alone. Like, real talk. That's probably how he felt. Like, that's probably how he feel, bro. I can see his point of view. That's all I'm saying.
Probably out there high up one day, just say, you know what, fuck it.
Ain't no telling.
Jumped online. Yeah, ain't no telling though.
It'd be interesting to see how this play out, but I don't see it slow down no time soon.
That's why.
Because he went at Jamil Hill too.
Yeah. And she said she didn't want no smoking. Next day, boom.
That nigga so far removed from he's so far removed from social media. You can tell a nigga just learned this shit because all she said was he chose violence. And that's a popular quote. That nigga was like,
that shit corny though. No,
I'm a violent
shit,
black man.
That shit corny though, because grown men be leaving it under like Joe Budden like tweets and shit like that. That shit corny, bro. Like, oh, you choosing violence today, like, or like it's like the not for me type shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, that shit corny to me, man.
So at what point do you need to stop addressing somebody as a bus? Because it could have been a talking point for another player or a comparison or anything like that. So you should just, at the moment they stop playing, you shouldn't mention that man's name no more. That's what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I can see how he felt like, bro, like, why are y'all still talking about me? I've been out the league almost 8 years. Why y'all still talking about me? I'm not saying, like, if we talk about bust now, like, I brought up Anthony Bennett. I brought up Blake Griffin. I brought up several. You brought up Olawale Candy. Like, these niggas been out the league. Or Blake's still in the league. But what I'm saying is, I can see how he felt like, damn, like, y'all need to get, like, leave me the fuck alone, bro. I feel like I've been through enough with this shit already. Like, I can see his point of view. Now, if we just talking sports, like, bring him up if you want to, but if you bring on Kwame,
this is the first time we ever talked about Kwame Brown. That's what I'm saying. So my whole thing is, especially through school, it was just like, dog, what does this man do? Then the Lakers got him, and then he's been next to two of the greatest players all time, and he never got better. And that's just the fact of the matter. A lot of players wouldn't be warranted that opportunity. So at what point are we going to hold him accountable for not being better? Dwight Howard, he didn't want to get his footwork better with Hakeem. We held him accountable for that. You was next to Jordan and you was next to Kobe Bryant, and you didn't want to get better. From what it looked like to me.
From what he
but you got your money though. Cool.
What he was saying was he was by Jordan. Jordan was pretty much bullying him. So it wasn't like no mentor, mentee type shit.
Yeah, that's how he basically broke that relationship.
So you can't really. I mean, that's why I'm like Jordan. That's kind of. I don't know how.
Jordan. I don't think Jordan drafted him like with the. Hey, I'm gonna be a big homie. Like he was still trying to get him to AFC. Like he was a player himself. Like I don't think it was a. I'm trying to put this nigga under my wing for this season. Like I don't think it was that type of mentality with Jordan when he brought him in.
He was more so business minded at that point.
So you think Jordan fumbled him more so anything? Who's the blame? Who's the blame for his career not being where it went at?
No, obviously it's gonna come back to him, but at the same time, like you can't really just try to excuse Jordan like he just was just like this such a big brother to him of this man speaking a different story, and he was actually next to him. Like we can't Who
Did Jordan say he was like a brother to him?
No, bro.
even
You're
think
saying
Jordan
he was
even
by
talked
the
about it.
greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
It didn't get better, but you're using it as a talking point.
Saying
to say-
some of that shit should have rubbed off. That's all I'm saying.
No, that don't. But if he feel like a nigga bullying him instead of trying to like, hey, like this how we get better. Like it's a difference. It's a difference between that, and you know that, bro. Like if it's a difference.
Kobe
between
did the
niggas,
same thing. If we don't say nothing about Kobe, Kobe did the same shit. We don't say that about him. We was like, if niggas didn't get on Kobe level, then
No,
it is what it is. The nigga was an asshole. All the niggas was assholes.
I think they was assholes, bro. That's why a lot of them players didn't get. Who got better by Kobe besides Paul Gasol?
I don't think you can make players better.
So that's my point, bro. That's my point. It's
I
a
don't
difference.
believe in that term. I just think that you
bro,
can
it's like, all right,
you
why-
can have the motivation to want to be better within yourself.
So, all right,
if I'm playing next to Kobe Bryant, my work ethic should be a little better. That's all I'm saying.
But if
my
you're-
work
if you're-
ethic should
if
be
you're
better.
not a good player, you're still not gonna be a good player. You could be a good player you could be a bad player with good work ethic, but if you don't have the skills, man, you just don't have the skills.
Then that's on you at that point.
Okay,
Ain't got nothing to do
like,
with Jordan. Ain't got nothing to do with
But
Jordan
that
and
still
Kobe.
don't take
Then
away from that man feeling like he was being bullied at 18 by a 40-year-old, bro. That's my point, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's if that's what he feel he experienced. We can't say that he can't say that, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like we can't say that.
do you
Bro,
feel
how would you feel if you was 18 and you felt like Jordan was bullying you?
at that time I would feel some type of way about it, but
Okay,
I wouldn't
so-
publicly. But I wouldn't publicly speak about it because I know that comes with the territory. That comes with it. So if I was to do an interview, somebody asking me, "Yo, how did you feel about Jordan?" Yeah, he was tough on me, but I mean that came with it. He was tougher than any of the coaches.
You can go at Matt and Stack from him feeling they were still bullying him.
I didn't say he couldn't go at Jordan. That's not what I said.
So
I said, take this the greatest player of all time. Ain't like he was getting bullied by motherfucking Rip Hamilton. Like you Rip, and that's not to disrespect Rip or Tyronn Lue, but it's like my nigga, you Tyronn Lue. This ain't Jordan.
Getting commented on, bro. Like
No,
if I felt like
different. If it's Jordan, it's different.
If I felt it's not different.
Yeah,
bro.
it is. It's levels.
Them niggas
It's
humans just
levels.
like us, bro.
Nah,
like,
bro, it's levels. I'm talking about within basketball. Within basketball, when you get on that
it's
court,
a fucking game, bro. Like you're not about to be trying to bully me as a man, bro. Like it's still a game. Like it's just a game at the end of the day. Like if that's the point, then everybody will be professional basketball players with no problem.
No,
But
some people get it. It's the reason why Kwame was #1 overall pick, bro. So you have to live up to that. It wasn't like
what
we
we're
was
saying,
looking at
bro. That's not. I think you're digging a little too deep in.
No, you're digging too deep because you're making it personal about.
I'm not
You
making
don't get
it
to bully me,
personal.
my nigga. It's basketball.
No, it's not personal, bro. What I'm saying is, if the man feel like he's bullied, we can't say he's not warranted in saying that just because it's Jordan. He's not above a bullying allegation. That's not an indictment on Jordan. He can be. Oh, that's nigga. I feel he bullied me. He can say that. There's nothing wrong in saying that, bro. But it's not. Niggas know Jordan was an asshole. Niggas know Kobe was an asshole. It don't take nothing from them, but at the same time, a nigga can't say, "Hey, this was my experience with this nigga." Nobody can't. You can't say that he can't say that.
Yeah, you don't have to agree with it. But
Yeah,
shit,
like you don't
that's
have to
that
agree
nigga
with it. You
truth.
can't say he can't say that, bro.
I didn't say he couldn't say
You
that.
did say that.
No,
You
I
said,
didn't.
It's Jordan. He can't say that. You just said that, bro.
No, I did not say that. I said it's Jordan. It's the greatest player of all time. So why, like, dog? That's what comes with it. That's what I'm saying. It comes. You should already prep yourself for that. We all seen Last Dance, bro.
An 18.
We all
prep
seen that.
himself.
Yes, if you're the #1 overall pick, you shouldn't went to college then. You shouldn't. You don't get to get babied when you're the #1 overall pick. That's all I'm saying. You don't get to do that.
I guess the mindset of a person, from what I hear from what he said he went through, the mindset of a person, like, they're not thinking about maturing and all that shit. They think about getting that fucking bag so they can go back home and provide for their folks.
Yeah, okay, so based off that point that you say, how many times have even it could be any player, we'd be like, man, this nigga just bullshitting on our team. Personally, Patriots, whoever, Celtics, whoever made this man just coming in and getting his fucking money. He not putting in no effort, bro. Do the same shit. And cool, he got his bread for 12 years. You took care of your family. I salute that. Any black man who take care of their family, I salute that. But we're not gonna sit up here and act like we don't do the same shit when it comes to, man, this nigga is stealing $20 million. This nigga stealing Jamarcus Russell got $40 million from the Raiders. Didn't want to get better. Got him to 315 pounds. Like you put in no work to want to get better, and that's just what it is at the end of the day.
I feel what you're saying.
And I feel like if you around players like that, now if he was in a situation where he was like on the Timberwolves or something like that, or the Clippers, I could give him a little bit more pass because as a vet presence wise, who he would have had to look up to. I look at it as tough love. In my opinion, that's how I look at it. Especially when you're number one. It ain't like this man was second to last pick in the second round. Like my nigga, like why you want me? That nigga went number 5 overall. You see what I'm saying?
It's crazy because all them average in the same tier of points. Like,
and I was saying he warranted to go at stack.
Like all of them average more than 8-9 points a game.
That's facts.
Like how y'all coming at me crazy and y'all snickering and elbowing each other and sitting y'all in the same tier basically. Like what the fuck is y'all? What is y'all mindset?
I ain't thought about it.
Like y'all on the same tier player, bro. Like
shit.
Yeah.
Y'all just was on different teams, but y'all on the same tier. Real.
They might have played the same amount of time too. To be honest,
I know Stack came in. Stack been in what? Since 02? Because he was on the Nets team. He was on the Spurs.
He was on the Pacers too.
Yeah, he was on the Pacers.
He had to grind to get to a team. He won the championship with the Spurs in 03.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but at the same time, bro, like when we look at the career numbers, bro, y'all on the same tier, bro. Like
the same nigga.
Y'all the same nigga.
That's wild. Damn, Mo, I ain't thought about it like that.
He said, Kwame said he was like, Matt, me and you average the same points. How you talking about me? Like, and I looked up all their points. I'm like, bro, all these niggas in the same tier. Like, this shit wild, bro. This shit wild to me, bro. Like, this shit wild.
That is wild.
How y'all feel about people claiming Kwame Brown from Charleston?
I think that's more some internet joke shit, man. Like, I don't think it was that deep, honestly.
Yeah.
It was just ironic that this nigga going off on niggas and you can Wikipedia him and say Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we all know that Charleston gene a little stronger, when niggas find out you all from Charleston. So
niggas claim a few people from Charleston.
That some niggas take that shit serious though.
Yeah, I do.
I've been on here saying that shit kind of corny though, especially how we do Somerville. Like I've been saying that.
Yeah. Shit, when we first got down there, I didn't realize how bad that shit was. Like, I'm like, nigga, Somerville right there. What the hell you mean it ain't Charleston?
That's what I'm saying. Some niggas take that shit serious. Some
that
niggas
shit
really
is
take that shit serious. Like, bro, we all 843. I've heard niggas say like,
oh. I said, I was living in Goose Creek at this time. I was like, yeah, I live in Charleston. They was like, what part? Like Goose Creek. Nigga, you ain't from fucking Charleston. Like, yo.
I think Goose Creek is Charleston. Like, you gotta drive
all the same, bro.
Because you gotta think of it like this. Otrano right there. Otrano and Goose Creek is right there. So what is Otrano then?
I guess I look at it as all one group of people. Like everybody in the same area, like act the same for the most part, talk the same, move the same. I guess that's how I look at it.
It's Geechee niggas in Goose Creek. It's Geechee niggas Moss Corner. Like
right.
That's cool and all, but when you look at Charleston, when they show you Charleston on TV,
yeah,
you're not looking at Otranto.
Yeah,
you're not looking at Goose Creek. You're not looking at Somerville. You're looking at the city.
You don't think that's whack though?
I think it's lovely.
I think that shit whack. Yeah, personally, I think it's whack.
Bro, where I'm from, it's all this is Charleston.
Yeah,
all this is Charleston.
I know when I've been in college and shit like that, like it don't even matter where the fuck you from. Like if you from fucking Sheep Island, that's Charleston. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you with Charleston niggas, you from Charleston. Like everybody click up together. Like when it's a group of niggas, like I can say that for sure. But I don't know, man. Like some of them be getting put through the hanger sometimes.
Some of them do. And I just be like, dog, like. I don't get the continued narrative about that.
But they damn near turning somewhat like the whole Somerville Nexton thing. They damn near turning that shit into this own like downtown.
That's gonna be a utopia,
like,
bro.
That shit
fire too.
It's like literally downtown and Park Circle came together and had a baby. Nah,
for real.
On some real shit. I was like, yo, this shit is nicer over here. Like
I don't even go to halls down here no more.
Nigga, who the fuck drives downtown?
I be like, what?
And you gotta pay for parking? Like fuck that.
When I saw that shit, I said they putting the halls in Somerville.
Hall is like 10 minutes from me, bro.
I go to that bitch damn near twice a week.
Facts. That shit right there, 10 minutes away from me, dog. Like, I'm right there.
That next shit next level, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's just gonna be.
I'm trying to get me a little house out there.
For real.
I get a house out there, I might have to start walking different.
Yeah, man. That Charleston shit crazy though, for sure.
Yeah, well, I love the city though, man. I swear I love the city.
Yeah, when certain people blow up, I just see that continued talking point sometimes. Like, they be like, oh, that nigga ain't from Charleston, he from Somerville.
Yeah.
You're right.
But like you said, they was doing, you did say that. I think one of y'all said that on the timeline about how they do AJ.
Yeah, that's how they do AJ. They say, "Oh no, that nigga's a Somerville nigga. He ain't a Charleston."
I be seeing people say that, but I don't.
They be dead ass.
No, I know they be dead ass, but I don't think they like AJ. Like niggas. I've seen a lot of people say AJ from Charleston. Like even though we know he went to Somerville High, like I never seen too many people really hating on bro like that. But
I mean, like I say, them three, like Dunlap, Quinn, and AJ, I seen them niggas hold camps here. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say. Do niggas do that to Dunlap?
Nah, Dunlap Charleston. Nigga.
No, he Charleston. I went to camp.
He went to
me and
Fort,
him
right?
went to camp together.
Yeah, he went to Fort.
Like
See, that's why. So this is like when me and Shane first moved out here. We was trying to determine this shit because like even though he's from Fort, some people would say that's not technically Charleston. That's
that's North Charleston. That's Charleston.
Oh, okay. But see, I guess because, I've been down here damn near 15 years now, so I say I'm from Charleston because I've been here over 10 years.
Right.
But, like, people that, when I first got down here, that's what I was trying to distinguish because I was like, damn, it's so many. It's like everybody had their own little hub. I'm like, nigga, all this shit is Charleston.
It's just different hoods.
Like, nah, them niggas from the islands. Like,
yeah.
But James Island is still Charleston, though. James Island, Charleston.
From my knowledge, he was always Charleston because we used to go to Northwoods Camp together like every summer, and his family stayed in Charleston. Yeah. So then, as far as AJ, I just know him to be a Somerville nigga, but I always looked at it, it's still Charleston at the end of the day. But niggas be like, oh, niggas from Somerville different from niggas from Charleston, so.
You know the wild shit I be thinking about those sometimes? Well, I know me and Mo, we got little ones, but like my daughter, I'm like, your daughter's friend, like, that might be the motherfucker to blow, and you be like, you get to see the kid grow up and shit like that, like, some wild shit when you think about it, the grand scheme of things.
Hell yeah.
This niggas getting old and shit like that. It might be a little too deep, but I had a deep week.
Nah, it's all good.
I feel you. We didn't get a chance to talk about, make sure I got our name right, James Sutherland. That's his name, right? The one Jamal Sutherland, who got killed by the cops in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about that last week. So
that
we'll
was
touch on that.
Damn, I didn't even hear about that one.
Where was that at?
I was in county. I was in Al County.
Damn.
Yeah, man. So
up the street.
Did the officers got fired, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm interested to see how that play out. What you think? Is this gonna be the same thing, just like with anything else?
I don't know.
Did we see a George Floyd
I know when that weekend that shit happened. Like a lot of cops was downtown. Like,
they was ready.
Yeah, they wasn't trying to have the same shit happen. Like,
they still have downtown blocked off.
Yeah, it still be blocked off.
Leaving,
certain houses should still be blocked off and shit. So
they put the barriers up and you can't go down the street.
They make
did
it
that
one
shit
way
last night.
They make it one way through a certain part of King Street.
So,
I didn't
they know the energy, bro. They know the energy.
Right.
From what I see.
That's why I tell all man, stay low, stack your fucking bread, and stay out the way. I swear that's all I try to do.
I done just become so sensitized to shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
we numb to the shit.
I'm not even watching the video.
I'm not watching.
It's a video for it too?
Yeah, it's a video.
Yeah, because they had it on this shit happened in like January. So yeah, it was like late December, January, and when his family kept pressing the who's like the top cop in the jail, like they kept pressing her to release the video, and she finally released the video.
They just released another video too. That's why like the shit happens so frequently. I be getting the shit confused.
Yeah, it was like damn.
Because another video like they released and the shit happened 2 years ago, and they just released the video. I'm like, and it's so hard to keep up with the shit because it happens so frequently.
Damn.
Shit, crazy dog.
I missed that.
But that's crazy though. Like they can sit on this shit for years and months and shit. And, your family could be trying to fight for these things to release the shit, and they don't even want to release the shit because they know they wrong.
Yeah,
me too.
Just like the Ahmaud Arbery shit, like that shit been happening.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, that happened for a little minute. Yeah.
Why it takes so long for the shit to come out?
Because people be working with they be knowing these people.
Yeah, they suppress like that.
First off, they on code, so they gonna look out for their people, bro. Like when it come down to it, like they not gonna just release a video of somebody that look like them killing a black person. They not gonna do that, bro. Like
nah,
they not doing that. They gonna protect as far as they can. So that's why that shit be getting suppressed. To me, that's all it can be.
Word.
Fucking Charleston Facebook hot today, boy. You seen that little kid? You seen the flyer for the party?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
wild
that shit
shit.
crazy, bro.
I ain't gonna.
Yeah, y'all
speak on
said
it.
y'all was
That
talking
shit
about how a
wild.
party got shot up last night, right?
It was a few parties got shot. It was a teen party got shot up.
I just seen the flyer. That's
and they had the
wild
flyer
shit.
for it. Like apparently it's supposed to be like a drunk fest or something like that.
Yeah,
so it's
shit
like,
wild, dog.
How
The
are
team
these,
party with the drunk fest?
exactly. So like
This
how
the flyer right here,
yeah,
bruh.
like how
Look
are
at
all
this
these
shit.
how are
That's
all
like
these
a club
teams?
flyer.
Yeah, like
that's some
how-
shit we would go to.
When I saw it, I just scrolled off that shit. I was like, man, that was a recipe
some
for
wild
disaster,
shit,
man.
bruh.
Like, how are all these kids even getting all these bottles? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, wild.
Damn,
man.
shit sad. man.
Then what's the club that y'all always be going to that I be talking about on the TL? Vibes. Then Vibes get shot up.
Vibes got shot up last week.
Last week.
But then Vibes just get shot up a few weeks ago.
Yeah, before that,
Yeah.
yeah, it got shot up.
And he got shot up a few months before that. Your boy.
Yeah.
His boy died.
Oh, yeah,
His boy
crucial.
died.
So what you think got to happen for this shit to stop?
I have no idea.
I ain't got an
I
answer to
really
that,
don't
bro.
know. I really don't know.
I just still don't. It just baffles me because you know niggas getting older and shit be like, damn, we literally just can't go anywhere.
Yeah, you
Have
got
a
kids.
good fucking time and go home.
Right.
I just don't get it.
I don't
know if we ever had an answer to that, bro. To be honest with you.
Well, you already know how I get down, so.
Yeah,
I get down. I ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going
So
nowhere.
when I've been hearing this, I'm like, that's 3 times in less than a month that a spot that you supposed to just go have a good time have been shot
But
up.
it ain't even that. Like just to not change it, like go a different direction with shit. But like how 911 went out the other day. Like that was some wild shit. We
Yeah,
all
that
got
Did they
that
see?
alert.
Did they say the reason why that happened?
I don't care what nobody say. That shit got hacked. That's the only way. It's no other. You can't tell me nothing else happened. Somebody had to hack that shit. Or
You think it was
something
like
like
a little test run, and then they go
right? Like I
Because
be trying.
they said 911 and Charleston School District phone lines went out.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
how the fuck what y'all shut down the school lines for? Like,
See
That's
something
some scary
nasty
shit.
I may be being
behind that.
a
That's some
little too
scary shit.
deep with shit, but I be like,
damn,
this
y'all
shit
shut
just
down the
don't
school
sound right.
and 911. Like, goddamn,
That's
like
some
what
scary
the fuck?
shit.
Right.
What are y'all trying to cook up?
Wasn't this like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie or something?
I think so. I think I seen this movie somewhere. Like,
Y'all got some wild conspiracy theories?
I mean, I got a lot, but I ain't gonna speak. I keep my dark comedy to myself. I be sitting there just laughing to myself. About
You got some ones that won't get us quote unquote canceled.
Nah, it's just
I think any conspiracy, if it's deep enough, you're gonna get canceled for it, bro. But
like I guess because like in the world of finance, I see some shit that like a lot of people would never fucking see. Like how you see that money and shit really move around. And me just being in like finance and dealing with money and shit for the last 13 years, like you see some shit and you see how the other side like move and operate, and I know how to get in and out between them and shit.
I know exactly where
you
you're
see
going.
some shit, you be like, they really do this shit. Shit we would like look down on and frown upon and shit. Like, nah, this what they do to get ahead and shit like that.
I would be surprised at a lot of shit that going on in this world. to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I got a question. Me and Mo go back and forth about this one.
What?
So you believe in heart,
What do you mean?
the weather machine?
Oh, I just seen a video on that shit the other day. The motherfuckers making clouds. Talking about at NASA.
Yeah.
Well,
where is it?
I didn't even hear of that, but it's it's a
Harp-
machine. I'm assuming it's a machine
apparently,
that
HARP
makes
is
the
like
weather.
it's like a.
Like NASA controlling everything pretty much. They make hurricanes and shit. And I've heard the conspiracy
My thing is
behind it.
the technology is there, bruh. So
Yeah.
to say that it's not possible, bruh, like that's ignorant, bruh, to me. If the technology is there,
I think it's
You know what
definitely
I'm saying?
possible, bro. That
if
shit
the
is
technology
crazy,
is there, like
bro.
how
Nah,
can you-
because they turned this. I know they turned the cloud machine on. I don't know if that's the heart machine, but they turned that shit on, and you seen the fucking clouds forming. I was like,
and the
It's
shit
some
rained,
wild
and
shit.
it rained, like what the
yeah,
fuck?
and the shit stayed there. It didn't dissipate or anything. I was like, oh, this some wild shit.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. I don't know.
I don't
That's
believe
all I'm
it.
Hey, this
saying.
shit might. This shit the Matrix.
That's probably
dog.
why.
This
Shit
probably
really
why-
is.
I would have to see some wild shit for me to believe.
Why would they
That's
show
all I'm
you-
saying.
Why would they show you the wild shit though? That's the thing. Like, why would they show you?
It's that old saying.
We can press a button and a fucking tornado form. Why would they show you?
So what's the purpose of it?
But it's the shit hiding in plain sight.
That's what
when you
that's
put
the
it out
thing,
there,
like,
niggas be like, that shit fake.
Because niggas like you, like, oh no, I don't believe it. But no, nigga, like,
Nigga, we showed you we making clouds.
Yeah, like from that, you know, hey, we can turn up 1,000 times more than this, nigga. Fuck around if you want to, nigga. Like, we real, bro. Like, come on, dog. Come on, bro. Like,
I'm not buying it, bro.
Come on, bro. Like,
because as much as the other, because I have some conspiracies that I believe in. But that one right there, no, because I done seen them amplify some shit like when they wanted to. 9/11 being one of them. So I feel like with weather, that would be very easy for them niggas to do. That's just my opinion. So just because it rained for like 20 minutes, you know, they turn on the machine. Like, you ain't really doing nothing with that. You ain't doing.
You want octopus to come out the sky.
Not octopus.
Then that nigga gonna believe.
Not octopus, but I'm saying, like, give me a storm where during that time of the year we wouldn't see a storm like that. Then I will believe it. It don't got to be nothing
like
outlandish.
snow in July or some shit.
Nah, you need like tornadoes
Hurricane
in
in winter?
California or some shit.
Hurricane in California. Hurricane in Alaska. Give me something like that.
Hey, I mean, you speaking on the air, so they might hear you. They might hear your
Man,
call. Do a little something for you.
You'll be on the TL one day, be like, damn, I was
That nigga
clowning.
But like, I just be like, hey, it's right. Cause no, listen,
You
for
gonna turn
us,
into the conspiracy version of Dr. Umar.
I'm gonna be like, hey man, get off my line right now, man.
but I'm just saying, bro, for us, like, even look, we're Hurricane Central. We didn't even get a hurricane last year. Fortunately, for the way 2020 lined up, that would have been a perfect opportunity for them to be like, man, let's.
New Orleans got hurricanes.
Hey Mike, thanks for sending a hurricane our way next year.
No, I'm just
Thanks.
saying, bro. I'm just saying.
You saying that we're no hurricanes? Period.
Okay.
Or we didn't get hurricanes.
All right, so you listen.
Well, the weather wasn't.
There was hurricanes last year. There was hurricanes last year.
Okay, so
though.
listen to what I'm saying. So you remember how 2015 we just had a rash of shit happening? We just had a back to back a lot of shit happening. Like, we had the real bad floods, Walter Scott. We had the Charleston 9 shooting. Like, it was just a. So what I'm saying is, in terms the way 2020 had lined up, when we was already having bad weather, on top of that, like the last 19, 18 for sure, we definitely had a hurricane, but it wasn't as bad. 17 we had Matthew, or was that 16? 16 to 17 we had Matthew. So all I'm saying is, dog, if they really wanted to like do some shit, I feel like it don't necessarily gotta be nothing. No, like he say, octopus falling out the sky or nothing. But it's like, bro, like I would want to see something in the time where we wouldn't see nothing like that. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, there was hurricanes last year though. I'm confused.
Like, we didn't get a hurricane. I'm talking about us, South Carolina.
Just because we didn't get a hurricane,
Nah,
don't mean
they skipped us this year.
New Orleans got the hurricanes, bro. Like that whole Gulf Coast got hurricanes.
Yeah, and it's been years when they haven't got hurricanes neither.
But we went
Okay,
through
That's all I'm saying.
Like that
But-
don't mean nothing though. In the grand scheme of the technology being there to make a fucking cloud,
Bro,
you
if
mean to
hurricane
tell me
season in
if
and
a
December
hurricane-
rolled around and these niggas talking about, oh, we got a hurricane forming off the coast of Africa making its way over here, then I'd be like, yeah, dog, them niggas on some bullshit.
Some shit up.
That's all I'm saying, dog. I would want to see certain storms that I know don't happen at a certain seasonal period for me to believe in some shit like that. That's all I'm saying, dog.
I mean, we had hot Decembers for like 8 years now. Like,
Bro, it don't never get cold in December down here.
man,
It don't never get cold. It don't get cold until about
I remember
January,
growing up
February,
and being
bro.
cold December, bro. Like for some reason, like the last 8-9 years, we've been having hot Decembers, bro. I remember growing up.
When you say hot, what temperature you talking?
bro? Like one December, it was like 75 degrees outside, bro.
I always base things off Christmas because I can't go back and
One
remember that
one
day.
one
I'm like,
Christmas,
Yeah, it'd be like
I remember
77
when
degrees.
Christmas for
Yeah,
a little
like-
minute now.
That's wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like we've had hot Decembers,
But
for
we're
a
in the
while.
South,
On the
though.
grill and shit.
bro. Like
We're in the South.
I've grew up here. Like I'm saying, like I remember growing up.
Okay, I grew up here too. Like it crank up cold around January, February. December don't never really be super cold like that. It be 70s. It's always been like that. I've been down here since 99, 2000. It's been like that.
I've been here 10 years before that. So I can say, growing up, it used to be
South
cold
Carolina,
here.
South Carolina's not supposed to be cold though. That's the thing.
Bro, but that don't I got 10 years on you here. That's what I'm saying.
Is South Carolina supposed to be cold? Yes or no?
Nah.
It be
Okay,
cold. It be
in
cold based
December.
off just off best being
Well,
by the
our
water.
cold,
Our code
is different.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That don't mean I can't say, hey, I grew up. Hey, it used to be cold sometimes in December.
Like I run into
even in November.
I run into white people from the north all the time. They can't handle our heat. I'm like, it's not hot. Like yesterday, they was fucking roasting yesterday. I'm like,
this ain't
it's
shit.
warm, but it ain't.
Yeah.
This ain't hot now. It ain't hot yet.
Yeah. Wait till you step into August.
Outside, but it ain't hot. They was fucking cooking though.
That humidity something too.
Yeah, it's just different.
I feel you. Did
all in all, they controlling the weather. But yeah, what else? What's going on?
Facts.
That's a wild shit. I don't know about that one.
What you about to say though, Mike?
Yo, speaking of conspiracies, I saw this shit that was going around asking about what's y'all wildest basketball conspiracies. Being that we speaking on do y'all have any basketball conspiracies that you think
Kwame Brown
happened?
I'm just playing.
Basketballs.
I got one for sure.
Yeah, I need an example.
Let me hear.
Yeah, like
the Lakers 3-peat.
The Lakers 3-peat.
Yeah, the first.
Oh yeah, you know the mob control most of that shit now. That's what
I
I had. The
mob
mob
some of the
control
referees
too.
saying how they got
Oh yeah, they rigged game
certain
6.
phone calls and yeah.
02. That's the only one I really got as far as conspiracy. This LeBron one might be a new one.
I was about to say that shit.
Yeah.
This LeBron one might be a new one, bro.
What LeBron conspiracy?
Bro, there's no way he should be playing today.
He should be suspended.
He's not Daniel House, my niggas. Let's cut the bullshit. They're not suspending LeBron James. Let's cut it out.
Okay, so that's our point.
What's the conspiracy though? That's something we all know.
Hold on.
Anybody else would have did that shit.
Think about what he just said about Jordan though. It's Jordan like it's expected. It's LeBron. This shit expected. Like LeBron gonna do.
I know this though. I know this though. He got a hard time understanding that. Like I know this.
It's the same logic to me though.
But what am I having a hard time understanding? What did I just say? Did I say anything about misunderstanding it? That's not what I said. I said he should be suspended.
He's not Daniel House, bro. He's on the court today. 3:30. He's playing.
Well, but what does that take away from the fact that that's
I don't know what's the conspiracy behind that though.
You're not holding everybody to the same standard.
Everybody not coming to see certain niggas to play ball though. They come to see LeBron play ball.
Right.
He's a top bag earner.
Okay, so that makes it right.
I mean, we know the NBA.
Make it right.
It don't make it right, but
Okay.
we know the NBA is
Right,
about.
so that's my point.
We know the NBA
just like
is
with
about.
the Lakers,
It's about the money.
it's just like the Lakers series in 02. It doesn't make it right. You're trying to make it as something into me saying I misunderstanding. Stop twisting my words. I never said that. I said it's not right at the end of the day. It's nothing wouldn't be misunderstood, my nigga. At the end of the day, he should be suspended for violating protocol. Karis LeVert he didn't get to play because he violated safety protocol. But he's an important piece on the Pacers team. It's not about, niggas. We know LeBron is up here. And what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, he should have been suspended. That's it.
But money always talk at the end of the day.
Money talk, bullshit walks.
LeBron gonna bring them people in the seats. Like
That's all it is.
Like LeBron gonna put the people in the seats. You know, niggas be like, think about it.
But that's some bullshit,
you know,
though.
a certain person ain't playing at a certain time. Like, even if the game is close to your city, you be like, I ain't going to that fucking game this time. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, though, at the end of the day. It is. It's just like with the Lakers shit. Niggas ain't like that. And you be like, nobody want to see the Kings win the championship. But at the end of the day, they was built to beat that team.
That game was wild.
It was wild, bro. There's no reason.
That game.
You can't even
wild,
explain that shit, bro. The shit that was going on within that game 6, dog. It was just.
So what's the point?
No way.
Well, why they ain't let the Lakers beat the Pistons then? Why the mob ain't make them calls for that series? I'm just saying I'm not saying that the conspiracy not true, but I'm just saying like
they pick and choose.
It's just pick and choose shit, basically.
Yeah, just pick and choose. When they want to have certain shit, like
I think everything rigged. So.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
You think everything is rigged? I don't think
damn
everything is
like
rigged.
The way
certain shit is in plain sight for me to be like, nah.
You think the Tom Brady shit going to Tampa Bay winning this shit was rigged?
No.
Nah. But certain, I can see. I've watched certain games and certain instances. I'd be like, bro, like what? Like the certain time lapses in games that be happening and like certain like it'd be like why the game not going on right now where it's like you know what I'm saying like me and Drew like didn't we watch the Bucks and the Packers and it was like that odd like pause in the game it was no timeout called or nothing the nigga Tom Brady
I be peeping games
like Brady walked back on the field and throw a touchdown immediately. It's like bro what like what the fuck is this like what's going? There was no timeout call. Like
it make you second guess yourself. Like, hold on, did I miss something?
Yeah, like
am I tripping?
We was talking. He was like, bro, like why this nigga ain't hide the ball yet? Like what's going on, bro? Like certain shit like that, I could be like, hey man, a call being made somewhere, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think there's any football games that I think more so basketball. There's no football games I think that was necessarily rigged. If somebody was to give me an argument, probably the Saints and Rams in 2018 because of the no call on the pass interference. But outside of that, I can't really think of no game that was.
Colts Saints.
Knock it off.
What's the game?
You think Peyton threw the game?
Hold on, what's the game you talking about?
Super Bowl.
Oh, Super Bowl?
Tracy Porter pick 6. To me, Wayne was lax on the route. If you ask me,
I got one.
I ain't never seen Reggie Wayne run a slant route that lazy.
He said.
But you said Peyton though.
He said he don't know any football conspiracies, right?
Trying to think of some.
So that Lynch sketchy call.
Oh, against us?
Against us?
Yeah.
When he threw the ball?
What Lynch
The
call?
Malcolm
When he
Butler
threw the ball
interception.
instead of letting
Instead
Lynch
of letting Lynch run it in.
No, that's not a conspiracy.
Oh my fucking god.
I think.
I think it was. I think it was.
Nigga,
think
you
it
got
was?
beast
They
mode on your
didn't
team
want
and that's
Marshawn
not
to
a
win the game.
conspiracy?
They wanted Russell to win the game, not
They
Marshawn.
gave
Bro.
him the ball on the first play.
Bro, he was supposed. There was nobody supposed to touch the ball. Bro.
There's no way you run that ball all 4 times. I don't care. I'm not running the ball all 4 downs inside the one.
What was that pass?
I'm running
like
a play
second
action.
down?
I wouldn't have ran that play, but I would have ran a play action if anything.
Yeah.
I run a play action. I'm not.
I think
I
it was
don't
like
pass
second
on the
down,
goal line. Period.
I ran the play action to Marshawn
Yeah.
still getting the ball.
I don't run a slant.
I'll take my chance with that.
You know what?
That slant.
He's getting a touchdown.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know
If
that.
I was supposed to get the ball, it don't matter, bro. He
You
was
don't
supposed
know
to
that?
target it. He was supposed to.
I know if it was me line up on the one, I'm getting it.
Bro, they had a goal
I'll tell you
line.
one thing.
Right, they had a 4. They had. It wasn't a goal line stand, but they had a 4 down stand early in the Super Bowl. That same game.
If he didn't intercept that ball, Marshawn was getting the ball next play for sure.
I can't say he gets in.
I can't say that, but I can say he definitely was getting the ball next play.
So if they run the ball all 4 times, they'll get in. Oh, they should have had 1 pass play. I don't run slants on the goal line. That's the stupidest shit ever. It could get deflected, hands go up. It's too little of a space to throw a slant on the goal line. Now, I run play action. But to say that Marshawn gets in, I can't say that.
He gets it. I guarantee you.
Maybe the Seahawks and 49ers NFC Championship game might have been rigged.
What happened there?
Man, when Navarro Bowman got the fucking ball on the goal line and they said it was Seahawks possession, it was a fumble, and he got the ball. That's when he fucked up his ACL
Oh yeah.
on the play. I'm like, dog, if y'all want the Seahawks to go to Super Bowl that bad, dog, just say it, bro.
Did Dez Bryant catch it, y'all?
Oh, 100% caught that bitch.
That was a catch.
Yeah, that was a catch.
That was a catch, bro.
I've been watching that game. I watched that
Boy, hold that nigga.
game. I was like, hey.
But you see, that's a catch now in today's game,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. So it's like if it's a catch now, it should have been a catch back
But
then.
I can't say what they would have won because Aaron, that was like 4 minutes left.
But that would have changed a lot for the game though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Momentum
Like,
is a motherfucker.
Momentum is a motherfucker,
like,
but Green Bay at
like-
home, Aaron Rodgers versus
I can't
Dallas.
front, bro. And that's why I was like, man, them niggas done, bro. Like, there's no way they rebound from that type of deflation.
Oh, they say it's a
like,
conspiracy for y'all in 01.
what with the tuck, the no tuck,
Because you know the nation was patriotic. The Patriots won the Super Bowl.
9/11 and all that.
All that shit, yeah.
I mean, if niggas run around that, that's cool.
I mean,
Even-
the tuck rule ticky-tacky, though.
Yeah, it's ticky tacky.
'Cause when I first saw
Brady,
the play-
Brady felt like he fumbled. He said that. He said it on wax.
When I first saw the play, I was like, it could go either way. That's what I said as a kid. I was like, bro, this shit can
I'm
go
gonna keep it
either way.
real with you. When I first saw that shit, I cut the TV off. I was like, oh, we lost. Like, it's over with. Like, I cut it off. I went to sleep. And I was like, oh, y'all won. I was like, what? And I watched ESPN the next day. I was like,
Oh, no. Super Bowl 37 was rigged.
What's that? Which one is that?
Bucks and
one?
Raiders. That shit was 100% rigged, bro.
What's it rigged?
They had a
Yeah,
great,
yeah,
no, they have a great
boy.
defense.
Them niggas.
Callahan threw that game, bro. Tim Brown and Jerry Rice both said them boys went from how they was going to establish the run to doing something completely different Sunday morning.
So calls were made Saturday
I
night.
don't know, but Raiders got their ass beat that game.
Bruh.
Them niggas.
Bruh, listen, if you know John Gruden knows your favorite play is the sluggo seam. Basically, you punt one way, come back. Bruh, John Lynch was calling out the plays.
Yeah.
Not saying that players don't
That's
do
what
it,
I'm saying.
but Dexter Jackson had 2 of the easiest plays. Dog didn't even bite. He didn't even bite on the pump. And this man was just getting picks. He threw 6 picks. But they were supposed to be establishing the run. And even
Right.
when I was looking at the game, because I was going for the fuck the Bucks. You see what I'm saying? So I was going for Raiders. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are they doing? Like, Charlie Gardner ain't getting no run. Like, they throwing this bitch. And I'm just like, so then when I hear 10 years later that Jay Rice and Tim Brown on some shit like, Yeah, well, in meetings all week, we was talking about establishing a run, doing this, and then we come in Saturday, going into Sunday, we doing something completely different.
Right. That's fair. That's fair. Jerry had the braids too then, so he was looking crazy. Like that was crazy, man. That was a weird time, man.
Oh man.
That was a weird time, man. Him and Tim Brown had braids. I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? Like,
Them niggas like 40.
yeah, y'all old as fuck. Like, what y'all doing, bro? Like, come on, man. Cut it out.
My dog shit was pushed the fuck back.
Yeah,
too.
like
Jerry Rice shit
like
was starting
Jerry. I
right
looked
here.
at Jerry. I was like, Jerry, come on now. Jerry, you wrong now. Jerry, you wrong.
Yeah.
Jerry did have that Prince of Egypt going on, bro. Jerry was wilding.
Shit. Yeah,
Jerry was wilding, Drew.
Hey, speaking of niggas wilding, though, what y'all think about that Derrick Jackson situation? But he just dropped his new book. Y'all buying it?
Heal together.
Hold on, I got it. Heal together without hurting each other. That nigga is a menace, bro.
He's a top boss narcissist. What's the other tag you put on a nigga like that? Like,
I don't know. That nigga is a menace to society. That's a diabolical nigga. Like, I always want to use diabolical in this sentence.
He's diabolical.
And that nigga is diabolical.
He's diabolical for sure.
Dog, that shit was wild. I'm like,
Rebrand, man.
Mike, you called that shit though.
Wild.
You called it though, bro.
Rebrand it, man. Niggas getting out here trying to rebrand this shit and doing it with his wife too. That's nasty.
Oh yeah,
nasty
he
nigga.
definitely on Joe Budden time.
So you burned her out publicly, and then you go make her do this redemption tour with you to push the book.
How that was Mooney that said that, ain't it? What that money make a bitch do? What that money make a bitch do?
Bro, that shit is slack, bro. Like, no woman should be taking advice from that nigga, man. But teach his own, man. Do your thing.
I've been stopping.
I never fuck with dog. He was a panderer.
Nigga was fraud. You can just look at a nigga like
you could
that.
tell.
You can tell, man.
Then you got the other nigga now on the TL with the tattoos, bald head and shit. He falling off the Derrick Jackson tree.
Oh, they already done got him out of here though.
I'm glad they did.
Like 3 years,
niggas like that.
3 years exes done came out and was like he's a woman beater. Like they what picture proof. Like he done out of here. They done got him.
It always be the ones, man.
So shit starting to correct itself out here a little bit. So
the universe getting back together.
Yeah, it's getting back together. Like, no, seriously. So we good. Like,
oh shit. So we had to say R.I.P. to a legend, Paul Mooney, one of the staples of comedy, man.
One of the godfathers of comedy,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Rest in peace to Paul Mooney.
That man was definitely not afraid to speak his truth. That motherfucker said how he felt at all times.
I'll say
they didn't give a fuck.
Certain ones, if they was in their peak in today's world, it would be a lot of feathers ruffled, man.
Him and Patrice O'Neal for me. I always say Paul and
Bernie
Patrice,
too.
Bro, and Bernie.
Hey, you want to know who does? You want to know who still does that shit though? And
I think I know who you about to say.
Cory Holcomb.
Yes, sir.
That nigga be saying some wild shit.
Bro, he's a stand up when he said some wild shit in 2020, bro.
Do you got any new stand ups or something? Actually, I need to check out.
No lie, I remember no bullshit. I was at the Comedy House in Columbia and this nigga was here. I love comedy shows. That's just my shit. Watch this nigga. This nigga said an abortion joke. Dog. I'm in this bitch trying to hold this shit in. All the women in that motherfucker was hot. I like, yo. This shit is hilarious. But I cannot laugh at this shit in public.
Why couldn't you laugh? Was you out with you?
Yeah,
okay.
Because you know what they say? A lot of jokes have some truth to it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they hurt.
Have truth to it, to be honest.
That's why they hurt.
So the joke that he made regarding that was...
it was some like...
It was accurate.
Bruh. Nah, dog. It hit, but I can't remember the joke.
It was a little...
I remember how I felt. I was like, come on, dog. Like, we all thinking that shit, but that's some shit you just don't say.
Yeah. I think I know what you was talking about too. He talking about this girl that he had met or something like that, or he got a girl. I think I know what you talking about because I seen the shit on the TL, then it went away.
I remember how that shit made me feel.
It went away.
It was on the TL, bro. It was on the TL last year. I seen it because I bookmarked it. So when I went back to look for it, it had said something about it was removed or something like that. Because the caption was a joke like this in 2020. Like, what we doing? Like,
but niggas like that's why I tell everybody, if you want to laugh, just get on fucking Twitter, cause y'all seen the one where y'all seen the screenshot of B Nasty like with the water shit everywhere. Somebody said
why it's raining?
That's somebody grandma making it rain in heaven. Yeah. I say, yo,
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Dog, that shit had me ball the fuck up.
Yeah, somebody was like, why is raining so hard? Then it was like somebody grandmother in heaven.
And they put be nasty. Dog, I was like, yo, niggas is wild.
Yo, that picture there is so wild.
It is.
Because the shit dripping off her fucking heels. I tweeted that nigga. That shit got like 50 retweets. I was like, well, last time I know a lot of niggas looking at this shit, bro. Like, that shit blew my mind. I was like, bro, that's a lot of squirt because that shit coming down her fucking face.
I was like, no way this bitch is real.
That shit blew my mind.
Alien, dog, it's no way.
She spliced her some shit, bro. Like, like word.
You see when they put it next to this picture?
That's Charles?
Yeah.
Let me see.
And them niggas put it next to the Charles picture. Nigga was wet. Dog, this shit.
No, the wildest one is when they had it and they had Kobe after he won the championship.
Nigga, I was saying so bad, but I was like, it's so fucked up, and I can't do that. I cannot do that. My heart
not Kobe Bean,
my
bro.
heart wouldn't let me do
Not
it,
Kobe,
dog. My heart would not let me do it.
Nobody has no common sense on the timeline.
I'm surprised they did the Chris Bosh one. When Chris Bosh when he did the champagne, when he was doing the champagne, that would have been the perfect one to put next to
I
that.
be telling niggas like that's my type of comedy because that shit's so dark.
Yeah,
like,
it is dark.
It's so fucked up,
yeah,
but it's funny
that
as
shit
shit.
Bro.
Certain jokes I ain't really gonna get off though. Like
It's
certain jokes I'm not gonna get off.
I'm not gonna get off, but if I do see it,
I'ma laugh
I
at
might
that
chuckle
shit.
and I'll be like, all right, that's it. I'm gonna keep going.
It's
Like if
that
I was on Twitter from 09 to 12, I would have had to do some filtering.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
for today because y'all
glad I
niggas was
got
really
off
y'all
right
niggas was
before.
really off the deep end from 09 to 12, bro. Like
Oh, those were the dark ages,
Yeah,
bro.
those were-
you could
Dark
trip
ages.
off anything.
Cause you gotta think
That's what
when Twitter first, like when niggas really caught on that Twitter wave, like 08, 09, bro. Like a lot of people from the chat rooms was getting on timeline, bro.
Right.
Like,
technology.
No, you
Oh
can't
my
even
God,
ask a
bro.
you can't even ask a question. Remember when Nard had that tweet a few years back when he asked that question? I texted the nigga. I said, "Yo, let that shit go, dog. Delete that." Them boys was on his ass in less than 3 minutes.
What was
He
the
had quote
question?
tweets. He was like, "I don't understand how you can wake up and be gay as a man."
oh yeah,
Remember when
yeah,
he said that?
yeah. Boy, they was on Nard neck, bro. Nard always be getting.
And we
it,
didn't
though.
have the quote tweet feature.
Yeah,
then.
they was at him.
They was just
That
on
nigga
his
mentions was
head,
flooded.
bruh.
Hey, that remember the retweet shit and you could change what the nigga
You can
said.
say what a nigga say,
That shit
yeah.
used to be
That
so
was dangerous.
funny.
That was
That's
dangerous
dangerous.
You
too.
could change what the nigga
Oh,
say.
yeah.
That
I'm
was
glad they
wild
don't. I'm
shit.
glad they don't. I used to say they should have an edit, but no, that shit would go like because you'd be like 100 over a quote tweet, and you'd be like, oh, so you agree with this type shit? It'd be like, whoa, motherfuckers trying to find where you work at, get your ass fired.
Right.
Like
That's
nah,
happening.
dog.
That's happening. That's
yeah.
happening on TL off the TL, bro. Like
That's why I tell niggas, dog, stay low. But if you post a picture and I see the picture and I find it funny, I'm gonna make you into a
you gotta think.
The only thing I'm
magazine cover.
yeah, certain shit is like, bro, like I can understand. Like Mo always tell me, like, dog, like pick your battles and shit like
Yeah,
that.
pick your
I
battles.
was saying
So
that a
certain
lot.
shit-
I wouldn't even be mad at certain niggas that they
Yeah.
deleted some shit. But like, no, bro, like I get
But
it.
niggas get older and you realize certain shit, like especially with your girl and she be like, that shit ain't even worth arguing
It be
about.
certain.
No,
tweets-
it's
it
not.
be certain
You
tweets
can
you
have
gotta.
that shit.
It be certain shit you gotta stand your ground on though. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
I done niggas don't try to like press me on. I'm like, I'm not deleting this. That's how I feel. Like
Oh
stop.
no, even with the Jewish shit.
Yeah, like they be trying to press niggas, bro. Like shit crazy. What happened with the Jews?
Remember when I had made the tweet about when they was trying to get canceled Deshaun Jackson,
Oh yeah.
and I was like,
and
know,
Edelman wanted to meet him and all that shit.
and I was like, man, y'all trying to cancel this man and all this other shit, and the shit had blown
Yeah,
up. Remember
yeah.
they came to the YouTube page and were like, oh, Michael supports anti-Semitism. Man's going crazy in the YouTube comments.
Every show.
Oh, he kept going on this every show.
It was like about 2-3, and then it just died away. It went away.
That shit wild though. That cancel shit on some other shit nowadays.
Nah, the cancel culture shit is like, how can I put it, bro? Like, honestly, bro, it's certain
Bullshit,
shit.
if you ask me.
In the grand scheme, a lot of shit people don't care about, bro. A lot of shit it be a lot of fake caring about certain shit
It's
on the
just certain
TL,
shit
bro.
you can do though, like you can never come back from.
Well, facts. I
That's
agree.
the unfortunate side of life. Like certain shit you do, you just ain't.
All right, let me ask you about this. When it comes to music artists, do you separate the artist from the music?
It comes a point where I can't. Like, it just comes a point where I can't. I try to, but it comes a point, and this is my personal opinion. It becomes a point where I just can't separate that shit.
Not fucking with R. Kelly no more.
I don't fuck with R. Kelly.
I don't fuck with R. Kelly no more.
Okay.
And
I still feel like every nigga listen to that nigga in secret. You don't gotta admit it. But I'm telling you right now, if a certain song come on, you might not hit skip on that bitch.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So R. Kelly is probably the only person that I've like canceled out, like just canceled. Say I'm canceling him, and I can honestly say that I have not listened to an R. Kelly song since that shit happened. And I'm a big Hov fan. I don't even listen to the Best of Both Worlds no more.
Okay.
No, that's just me. Now I can't control when I'm at an out in the R. Kelly play. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I
You
can't
be
control
feeling
that shit.
niggas be feeling that shit.
And you do feel a little bit when they come on you. I'm like, yeah,
They want to move a little bit, but they can't. Everybody be looking at nigga. You bet not move, nigga. You bet not. You bet not jig that.
Bro, they played R. Kelly during the last verses in between the break. The Ozzy brothers.
Yeah, they
boy played the R. Kelly song in between the interlude, bro.
That battle was interesting to me because I'm like, bro, like, do y'all realize R. Kelly wrote a lot of them boy, like, you know, like
that
later
nigga
music.
really like to go to that shit.
Like,
he is, dog.
And that's what sucks the fucking most. Like,
nobody's
that nigga
beating him in the verses.
That nigga really spoke our soul as like a coach and shit. But the shit he did as a person just
that shit is
It's a nasty nigga.
Well, my coworker, he listens to them. Like he got like a USB that he puts into them.
just because you said that, I know that nigga listen to R. Kelly.
We ride into a wedding shop.
You not fucking with Kills?
No, I don't fuck with him. So the wedding I worked last weekend, he was driving and shit. I'm like, yo, I'm hopping in the box truck. I'm not getting in the truck with this R. Kelly ass nigga.
He got a USB cord or a USB with just
That's
R.
what I'm
Kelly?
saying. When a nigga pull out a USB, it's just like a nigga with a
that's
Bluetooth
different
phone.
though. That's kind of flagrant.
So
bro.
we all.
You already can imagine how this nigga looked though.
Exactly.
like those type of niggas, you just know. You know?
Just like when a nigga say, yeah, that nigga named Vernell. Like, you know what a nigga named Vernell look like. No disrespect to any Vernells out there, but you just know what a nigga named Vernell look like.
I feel like a lot of people just don't really care at the end of the day.
I know Vernell, like
they don't care about certain shit.
I
like,
guarantee you I can describe him.
Like even with Chris Brown, right? I'll use him as an example. A lot of women don't care about that shit, man. They ain't care about that. They still love Chris Brown.
He still pop
So I feel
up.
like a lot of people will get passes for certain. I don't think it should be an indictment on that said person's character. If
that's
they
what
listen.
everybody though. That's what everybody.
You see what I'm saying? Like if somebody listen to R. Kelly, I'm gonna be like, oh, you a nasty nigga. You want no, because that's R. Kelly actions. That's not that man actions. When he listening to it, he listening to it because he might really want to make love to his woman, or he think about a certain woman when he listen to this song. So that's how I feel about it. Now, in terms of doing all that extra, you remember how we used to always talk about like how women be going to this man concerts throwing their shit on this man?
Yeah, that's different. That's
like most of the young grannies and aunties going to
this man. Like, you know, like that shit ain't. Nah, that's excessive, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, come on, bro. Like, cut it out.
So when a woman's fed up, come on shuffle. What you doing?
I never skipped that song. That's one of the greatest songs ever made. I tweeted that before, like, you know, like, and that's what. And I agree with you. Like, I'm not going to cancel nobody because they listen to R. Kelly. Like, I don't do the whole like, you know, like that. His actions were very vile, but his music, you know, his music is his music. Like, I can't, you know, I've never skipped that song. Like, I haven't.
I'm not gonna sit up here and run the man discography. All I'm saying is something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like all right, like.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people feel like that, but they fake the funk.
It's especially like,
bro.
but think about it like this: Step in the Name of Love. Come on, niggas.
Come on, man.
Niggas.
Listen, I've been to weddings like even after all this shit came out and that song like R. Kelly be playing. Like y'all not about to be like all this, you know, this holier than thou shit with R. Kelly, bro. Like,
I'm trying to think was R. Kelly played at my wedding. I don't even remember R. Kelly being played at my wedding.
But would you be surprised if it was?
I mean, no, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I mean, it's
you gonna tell them don't play Step in the Name of Love if it come on?
Nah, because I'll probably be the only one out of hundreds of people not dancing or not even paying attention to this shit. Honestly, I ain't gonna tell them stop the crowd.
You. I respect that.
He's like, nah, I'm telling that nigga change that shit.
If it didn't blow up the way that it did, you think people?
But
would
it's
still
like
be
niggas
canceling
always
R. Kelly?
knew R. Kelly was a nasty ass.
That's
nigga.
what I'm saying. So
it's when the women started telling their stories. That's
why I was about to ask. So
when they started telling this, I'd be like, all right, nah. That shit was just a whole nother level of nasty.
I think when I saw the video, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm cool with this nigga. Like, this is a weird ass nigga. Like, this shit is like just to see the mentality of this man.
That probably was seeing that video was probably my first time seeing some shit like that. Not necessarily like old and young, but seeing a nigga piss on a bitch.
See, that's the thing. I never seen the video. When I heard it, I was like, I'm good on that.
Right.
Like, I'm good on that.
That.
I don't need to see that.
Man, I was a jit, so I damn sure couldn't see that shit.
Exactly.
But I know it was played in barbershops.
Exactly.
That I do know.
If you had LimeWire, you was able to get that shit.
Yeah.
Quick download.
Yeah. Shit, wow.
Very well.
I mean, I think the only place where I feel like nobody should get canceled is comedy. And that's
I feel like that too.
Honestly, now it's a difference between saying, like, you know how black people have jokes, white people got jokes, any different. It's certain white comedians who try to make a joke and the shit don't be a joke.
Yeah.
The shit just be some flat out racist shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you could put a spin on certain shit, I laugh at it.
But that's what separates the greats from the.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of that shit is like, you can't make certain jokes about a certain group of people, but we can get the jokes all day. Black people get jokes all day. You know what I'm saying? It's just times is different now.
Times we the butt of everybody's jokes.
But comedy was always.
It's an art, man.
And like comedy was always a place where all cultures could come together, and you not really have to worry about the judgment and shit like that. I mean, all cultures and different groups of people in general, like everybody could come together.
Bro, comedy really started cracking on white people, bro. Like Red Fox and all them boys used to just tear up white people, and them boys sit there and they laugh at the shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Because it should be true.
it's I think, like I always say, it's one of the hardest things to do on this play.
Nowadays it is, but you gotta be when you're a person like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle moved in and out of that shit effortlessly. Like nobody says nothing to him. They knows what he's doing is comedy, but he has a damn good chunk of truth in that shit too, though. So
a lot of times he just be saying it, spin the truth.
Talking,
yeah.
Let the shit be
Especially his last
funny.
couple shits.
He's your favorite comedian?
He top 3 for
Eddie
me.
Murphy, a different level of funny, dog. You go back and watch some videos and shit. That shit
Can't get played nowadays.
That shit definitely can't get played.
A nigga dropped the F-bomb like there 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, I'm like,
damn.
and like even watching it now that I'm older, you be like, yo, this shit, wow.
Dog, my uncles on both sides of the family still watch Eddie Murphy old stand-ups, bro.
I mean,
But it's funny because you can watch that shit and it still relates to the day.
Yeah, but that's one of the
Timeless.
things I love about comedy. It's like you said, that shit you can pretty much watch some shit that happened back in the 70s and 80s, and you gonna find some truth in it today.
I don't know. I never really thought of a favorite comic though.
Patrice is mine.
Patrice, and it's funny because I never. I always heard like Kevin Hart talk about it. I never really like looked up his videos, so I gotta dig deep and like watch some of his shit. I never really watched Patrice O'Neal.
When he first came out, he was funny. I just feel like he tailed off.
You think Kevin Hart is funny?
When his earlier work is funny.
That nigga was
his earlier work, but now I feel like it's too PC, and it's too. You can tell he's trying to appease.
He treads the line.
Yeah, he's trying to appease too many people. Like you can't say you zero fucks given, but you care about who you offend, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like so that's cap within itself. So his earlier works, I would say like his earlier works were like the prime of his career. Like now it's just he's a brand at this point.
Who's your favorite currently?
Current?
Ooh.
Damn, that's a good question.
damn. When you say current, a nigga that still got them.
Like
My favorite.
I'll be like a younger dude or like just somebody who's still
active.
My favorite
I
current
like
is Carlos.
Dion Cole. Dion Cole's a good comedian. That's his name.
Oh yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
I like
That
Carlos.
last stand up he did.
Yeah, like
that
he
shit.
killed that. That shit was on Netflix. He killed that shit.
Yeah.
I always be forgetting this nigga name, but the nigga who was in ATL, the barbershop episode, he can be a great fucking comedian one day.
I think I know you
He
told me
got a
Cole's
special.
name,
Bibby?
like-
Yeah, the one who played Bibby.
What's
That
he got a
motherfucker
special
funny.
He got a special.
He didn't have a special by himself, but it was like one of those like Shaq did.
Oh, he got like a
type shit.
segment on
Yeah.
that.
So he got that nigga is hilarious, bro, and it's effortless.
I got
like this.
that shit.
Yeah,
That
I
nigga is hilarious as fuck, bro. The nigga who played Bibby, yeah, him. Dion Cole, he's pretty good.
I fuck with Carlos a lot. Carlos.
Yeah,
Miller.
Carlos. Dog, when I went and seen Carlos in person, this was How long me?
I hear Carlos is very funny.
Carlos is
This was maybe like
hilarious.
2015. Dog. Carlos made an ISIS joke. That shit had the whole fucking crowd like just.
You got to give it up to them boys because that's just not easy to do, man.
Nah.
It's not. Being
It's
a comedian, to control a crowd, to keep them engaged, that shit
Yeah.
is not
Do
easy.
you have to do stand up to be a comedian?
I think that's like the essence
got
of
to.
being a
That's what I mean.
comedian,
You
bro.
had to.
Like
Because they probably start off like nowadays. They probably start off like on. I'm about to say
But
Vine,
nowadays
but Vine
it's
is
hard.
gone.
now it's like sketch comedy is how you get on right now. But
Yeah.
Right.
if I feel
But if you can't get on that stage,
if you can't
you
get on
can't
that
get on that
stage,
stage.
and I can't relate to what you're saying and laugh at just you being you,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't
Like-
think
You gotta look at like Drewski. That he the number one nigga in the sketch comedy game right now.
Do you
but-
think he could do stand up?
I think he can. He got to tap into it.
Yeah,
but I think he can.
I think he needs a little coaching.
his personality, his personality.
Yeah.
They got to coach him to do it. But I think he can do it though.
But like certain niggas, like I hate to say it, them boys had a good run. Like, but haha.
Yeah, haha had a good run. Desi out of here
because
because his stand
they need to go a different route with it.
his stand up even before like he got canceled last year wasn't really hitting anyway. So
Yeah. It's only so many times you can do the same like punchline joke for the most part. This shit.
now he just make
Like how many times you gonna say big fella? Like, come on, like
and repeat the same word.
exactly. Like how many times you gonna do that?
I see a lot of people give hell lately. Like, pack it up, big dog.
Yeah, like, that's
I've been
the
hearing
whole-
that a lot.
And
lately.
Desi need to backpack that shit up too.
who's the nigga that
Desi
like,
still getting some hits though.
He
Desi
need to
still
back-
getting some
that
hits.
last
But
army joke type shit he tried
yeah,
to do.
him and
Them jokes he try to do with her, them shits just don't be
the
hitting.
hood dudes act
she
like
be
why
acting
you
with
like
that
She be
shit, bro.
acting LD. I'm like, you acting like you not even acting like a hood girl. You acting like something is wrong with
But
you.
that's how they think how hood people act.
Exactly. That shit pissed me. And that's what pissed me off.
It's,
I'm like,
it's blackface doing blackface.
I was like, that's not how we act.
Bro, that's a perfect example.
It is though. Like that's how they feel like hood people act. for
I ain't
real,
never
like,
thought you hit that shit on the head, dog. 'Cause I'm like, that's not how my people act. Like, why the fuck are y'all out there doing that?
yeah, they're
And
selling.
you
They're
and this bitch
selling that
acting
to.
like you fucking something is wrong with you. Come-
I mean,
Listen
said
to that
LD.
shit.
He took me back to 09 with that. One, bro.
Yeah, on that hallway,
I mean,
that one hallway.
I try to do my research, learn the labels and what people want to be called and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you
you're
know,
right. Because I
try not
can't
to
say certain
disrespect
words on
nobody.
Twitter.
It's
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
to keep up though.
It is.
Brings to you. Do you call people by their pronouns?
I try. I mean, yeah. I mean,
So that's a real thing.
yeah. I mean, I've encountered people at work and stuff, and you know,
That's what I'm
they'll
saying, 'cause
tell you.
you're-
They be like, "Ma'am," like I talk to somebody on the phone, like you know, making calls and stuff like that. Like they'll sound like a man or a female, and I refer to them as such. Then when they correct me, I'm like, cool, ain't no issue to me. Whatever you want to be, I bet. All right, so
Oh, so
I
you're
go
saying,
that route.
and I'm not saying this to be funny because I do not know. Does this apply to transsexuals? The pronoun thing. Is that what we're referring to?
From my understanding,
Or they could just be a
they'll-
man
if
and they want to be referred to as a her.
My understanding is they'll let you know what they want to be referred to as. That's how I take
Oh,
things.
okay, okay.
If I'm saying something that
'Cause
you
I
don't like,
honestly
I'm
don't
referring
know.
to you wrong, you have to let me know that.
Okay.
You can't expect me to know
Right.
Yeah.
like how you want to be addressed.
Because you right.
Cause I'll never forget this shit. No bullshit. This is when I was in corporate America, so you know you gotta walk a fine line. in
Right.
this shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the starters using it. It looks like a woman walking. So you know you're like, hold on. I know I ain't tripping. So I sit there for a little while, wash my hands, just to see like I know a woman didn't just walk in here, but it is a woman. Like she went in the stall, used the bathroom, but I guess she had a short haircut, baggy clothes. She had clothes on like me, so like it really tripped me out because I'm like, hold on now, like this is a men's bathroom. She walked in, so I was like, maybe that's how she wants to be addressed, but. That's where that fine line shit comes because
Right.
as a man, if a man did that in a woman's bathroom, like that shit really tripped me out, and it happened more than once. Like it started happening more frequently. I mean, I never said nothing about it but I try to get in and out as fast as possible. I'm like, she's walking in the bathroom, but I'm a black man in America too. She can easily say I did some shit that I know I didn't fucking do. And
The
I'ma be out of
bathroom, the
fucking-
bathroom thing is a very touchy topic.
Yeah,
man.
it just I guess
So
being in that
So let me ask y'all
situation
this:
made me
being
look at
that y'all
things
have
differently.
kids, your daughter goes into the bathroom, but then a man walks into the woman's bathroom, dressed as a woman.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that.
I'm definitely not cool.
It's
with that.
hard for me. Like my
Do
daughter
you,
is
you go
8
in?
now.
You go in? Do you go in?
See, that's what's hard.
I
for me now.
walk my daughter. I always
Exactly.
walk my daughter to the bathroom.
No, I'm
so-
saying, do you go in at that point?
See,
That's hard, bro.
That's hard.
That's hard.
It's hard because it's one of them things you really gonna. It's like everything gonna slow down, and you can be like, this next decision I make gonna probably determine how the rest of my life turn out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that's a case by case type shit, dog.
I got you. I just wanted to ask.
I didn't been in this. I haven't been in this situation, but I've seen people like go get a host. Like they'll get somebody that works there, like, hey, can you go in the bathroom and get such and such? Not saying that the person is doing something, but they say, hey, can you go in and check on my daughter real quick? They'll get another female to go check on them, or something like that. I've seen that happen now, but it's a lot of shit you got to walk a fine line with.
A lot of shit.
I try to respect all people, but I also ask people just to educate me. Cause I don't want to disrespect anyone.
No, that's fact.
Cause I feel like everybody,
that's why I asked, 'cause I didn't
everybody
know if the
does that with us,
real.
And it's just like a lot of conversations need to be had in general in life, and
to get a better understanding.
We all, I don't want to say we want to hold the information, but we all scared to ask for the information at the same time to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
I feel we all want to be educated because I don't think, well, no, some people do want to disrespect motherfuckers, but the vast majority of people.
Oh, when it comes to disrespect, like if I'm in another country and I say something I ain't supposed to say, then educate me on that.
Yeah.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want no deep dive or nothing like that, but, educate me on that. You see what I'm saying? I don't never, when it comes to disrespect, I don't want to disrespect nobody. I don't care who it is. You see what I'm saying? So.
But see, that's, but it all kind of comes together at the end of the day. It's like, kind of where do you separate everything? That's the great mystery of life we all trying to figure out, like how you separate certain shit. Like, it's hard, man. It's hard. You just gotta walk fine lines.
I got you.
But that bathroom situation, that's some thought-provoking shit right there.
Yeah, that's why I just posed a question. I just wanted to know. I know you in the moment, you probably don't know what you would do.
But I think that's why, like, if you realize a lot of restaurants, like the newer restaurants, it's one stool. I be paying attention to shit like that. Even if it's a woman's bathroom, you go in, it's only like one stool in there.
Yeah, bathrooms be little.
They're changing the way the bathrooms look, and I'm guessing to kind of counteract that problem.
One person in there.
So it's like if it's only a one stool person, you go in and lock the door. You don't have to worry about nobody walking in. You get what I'm saying? So I guess
you gotta wait regardless.
You gotta wait regardless. So I'm seeing a lot more of that, and I don't know. I think that's one way to kind of like.
That's the best way. That's the best way, honestly.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and separate all that stuff.
Yeah. So just to transition to another topic, in terms of addressing people how they're dressed, do you think somebody should be judged by the way they're dressed, how they approach?
I don't think so.
I don't think so neither.
I
saw a video when a girl was talking.
Y'all seen this video? I haven't seen this video.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this video.
So she basically dude was like, just because a woman is naked, does that mean that I'm
supposed to call her a hoe and all kind of shit?
All that shit, or I'm supposed to approach her sexually? She's like, yeah, why not? Then she used this realtor analogy that does not add because
it don't add up. But yeah,
it don't add up at all.
I want to go to a realtor nigga and ask him about buying a car. I'm like, huh?
No, the realtor is advertising something specific. You know what I'm saying? You didn't approach him because
no, that's all she said, Mo. I wouldn't go if I go to a realtor page. He's selling a house. I want to ask him about a car. I'm like, huh?
So
that don't got nothing to do with
example is like she's out in public or some shit. They got on a see-through shirt.
Instagram. She naked on Instagram.
Oh.
Do you look at her as a hoe or not?
No. Do you approach her sexually? She was like, so if you see a realtor got homes on his page, you're not gonna ask him to do that nigga sell cars. She was like, yeah, you should. In turn of what he asked, yeah, you should. If she naked on the ground. That's why she used that analogy. I'm like, that don't make sense because the realtor is advertising something specific.
Right.
I don't know if he's a realtor if I just see him on the street with a suit on.
Right.
He could be anything. So that analogy just didn't add up. And no, I don't agree with that. Now, should people be to how the world is? Should people be aware of how they may be treated if they dress a certain way? Right. Yes, that doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
Just because you're naked on the ground, I'm not going to send you no dick pic. That's some nasty shit. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas on that type of time.
And just because she naked on the gram, she might not be an OnlyFans girl. She could just be showing off her fucking body, if anything.
Yeah.
To me, that's still some nasty shit.
I only know you OnlyFans if I see you like on some be nasty type time. Like other than that, I wouldn't know you on that type time.
But even if you got an OnlyFans, that still don't give me a right to
really
come at you like that.
Dog.
That shit was wild.
Yeah, but
you said it. You just brought it back to my memory, dog.
Nah, but even if you do have an OnlyFans, like I still wouldn't just
jump out the gate.
Just jump out the gate
on some wild shit.
On some wild shit, because like at the end of the day, you're still a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still deserve, like, you know.
It was just surprising for me for a woman to say that shit. I was like, oh yeah, she on some other shit. Yeah, like that's wild. Because
all women think like that though.
Dog was like, no, like Hell no, I'm not doing no shit like that. Just because she naked? Nah, I can't do that.
Nah, but you know,
It's
you
a respect thing,
you
man.
understand it, especially as a man, though.
That's
like,
how I was raised.
Yeah,
Like my mom didn't play that shit, bro. No way.
Yeah.
My mom didn't play that shit. Like, I knew a lot of shit, and I think a lot of that shit boils down to how you raised too, how you come up. It was just.
But you gotta want better to it.
Yeah.
It ain't. You can't always put it on how you come up. I mean, because I don't know about y'all, but I ain't came up in nowhere near the best of conditions.
But you either gonna
I
learn
want
to
it
respect
better.
the easy way or the hard way. That's
Right.
how I look at it. You gonna learn to respect somebody the easy way or the hard way, and you might have to deal with the consequences of your actions if you do that. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people they don't learn, then that's on them.
Yeah, some niggas just be on like some wild time though, like mad fucking wild. But
Do you believe in that term? Hurt people hurt people.
oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Niggas don't take the time to heal. I've seen it happen to me personally. I'm not even gonna sit here in front and say I haven't done it with somebody, because I'm pretty sure we've all hurt somebody or something like that, or did something out of hurt, out of anger. So yeah, but you grow and you learn, you mature, you try to not operate and move that way.
You feel like
Most
more
people.
black men should be in therapy?
Oh yeah, for sure. I say that shit all the time. Most
Yeah.
people know me. I'm an open book. I talk. I try to speak encouragement, and I'm just a positive nigga in general, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I
But
think it
yeah,
was a great experience because I went.
You went. I'm trying. I'm not saying I'm trying. To
most
go,
people
but I
don't
do
even
wanna go.
realize it's free through your job.
Yes.
yeah.
Go to your job. I tell people this all the time. Go to your job. Ask them about the EAP program.
EAP.
Most people don't realize you can get financial counseling. You can get mental counseling. You can get damn near help with
Anything.
anything you need. They have to pay for these programs, but the job doesn't advertise it, because once you do whatever the activity is that you're trying to do, the counseling or whatever the case may be, now they have to put more money out. But by law, they have to have, most companies have to have these
EAP.
things
Yeah.
in the paperwork and stuff like that. But if they don't advertise it, they'll tell you in orientation, oh yeah, we got this, and they brush past it.
Yeah.
Because they don't really want you to get ahead. They want you to stay in the situation.
When I called, they even referred. They asked you, okay, well, let me take you to this department. Let me
Right.
forward you to this department. So when I did it, it was a smooth process, and they offer you X amount of sessions for free. Like he said, anybody get this shit through their job.
Yeah, and you get it, and it doesn't every year, like, it starts over.
It starts over.
So like they tell you got 6 sessions this year, next year you probably have another 6.
You can renew.
And it's free.
It's free.
Like, and when I went to counseling, I did it with 2 different groups of people, because I like to get real deep on shit. So I like, well, let me go with a white lady, and I'm gonna go with a black lady, just to see the difference and how it correlates.
What was the
Because
difference?
They said the
Because
same.
I wanted a black woman,
Yeah, I went to
and I got a
woman,
black
too.
woman.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I have a black counselor. I meet with now, everything going through with the stuff, preparing for the wedding and stuff. So I'm doing this with my girl, but it was they said the same thing, but they just said it differently, because they have 2 different lenses on things.
Mm-hmm.
The black lady I have is more so, I guess I would say, spiritual type.
Right.
Does a good job, but I can understand what she's saying. She does it from I feel like that's like my grandma talking.
Right,
to me.
right.
Well, the white lady is cool, but I feel like she's kind of teaching me.
I'm gonna say she does it
Do
by
you
the book.
feel like? Do you also feel like you was just overall just more comfortable with the black lady because you grew up with black women? Like,
I think that was the case, but like I try to be open. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I did try it, but I went to like 3 sessions with the white lady. I was like, yeah, this ain't really my speed.
you couldn't really tap in with her. Like,
We couldn't connect.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing. And
but do you think it's because of just when it comes down to that, when you I feel like when I'm spilling my brain, because I went to a black lady too, like I just feel like I'd be more comfortable like just opening my head up with somebody that
has similar experiences.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
At the end of the day, she's gonna resonate with the struggle out here.
Yeah.
That was my determining factor, really. She's gonna understand what it is that I go through as a black man. On top of venting to her about my personal problems and how I came, like, a white person is not gonna.
But see, and that's one of the things I experienced a lot, like just being on the finance side of things. Because as a financial advisor and stuff, they'll say, "Well, how do you tap this type of community and stuff?" I was like, "Y'all don't even try to understand. Like y'all not about to fucking use me as a fucking puppet. I'm just ain't that type of person." I'm like, "Nah, you figure that shit out on your own." I'm like, I just know my people. They'll try and train you and say, "Well, you do it this." I'm like, "Yeah, that shit ain't gonna work." And I just throw that shit out. I'm like, that shit is not gonna work. Nah, go ahead and try it, Briggs. I bet. You want me to try it? What type of money we talking? 'Cause I'm like, if you want me to waste my time on this, you have to pay me to waste my time on this because I know this shit ain't gonna work. But I'll do it exactly the way you tell me to do it.
Just make sure you cut the check. I respect that.
Boom, I told you the shit won't work. All right, so this is how I think we should do it. And you move forward.
Word, that's what's up. Especially on the financial tip, because it's like you say, you don't be used as no puppet neither in terms of like, nah, dog, like, because this shit is real out here.
Yeah, but that's why and being in the money game and stuff so long, I laugh when I see a lot of people post shit and stuff like, it's just what we become accustomed to, like what we know as the norm. I'm like, niggas, credit wasn't around till like the 80s. Niggas didn't use fucking credit cards, but that's all we know. You get what I'm saying? We don't know anything different. I'm like, women couldn't even really get jobs and shit like that till like the 60s. They couldn't have a bank account.
What do you think is the biggest disconnect as far as financial literacy?
I mean, niggas don't want, I don't want to say that. Let me back that up. That sounds kind of hard. But a lot of motherfuckers just don't want the information, just to be honest. Like, you can't keep them focused and people can't stay on the plan and stuff. That's what I struggle with. So that's why I had to hit things from a different angle. But it's just like, everybody think everything is like a scam or this, that, next. I'm like, nah, this is literally how it works. This is how the other side do it. Like, this is how they do it.
Everything is definitely
and I'm
a
like,
scam, bro.
That's why I be like, I don't want, you have nothing that I want. Like, I have everything I need. I'm giving you this information. You do it or not. And I'm the type of person, I present you with 3 options. I'm going to tell you what each one of them do. You pick what you tell me which one you want to do. I've given you the information. I give you the stuff. Read over it. Like, then you come back, tell me what you want to do, and we go from there.
That's what's up.
But that's kind of what I encountered. I can only speak my truth at the end of the day.
So they basically just don't want the information, or they just become lazy with it.
It's a combination. To be honest, like, it's a rough game to be in. Like, it's a rough. I only know a few. Like,
I feel like it has to start early within the school system for it.
Oh yeah, for sure. The school,
we damn sure didn't have that bitch.
The system,
we damn sure did.
The system ain't built that way.
Yeah,
like the
they don't want you to know that shit.
I tell everybody, no bullshit. Watch Netflix got this awesome new fucking like documentary. It's called Money Explained. It's like 5 parts.
Money Explained. Okay.
Everybody has to watch that shit. Like, if you want to learn how this shit really work, watch that fucking documentary.
Money Explained.
They break down to you how scams work, and then they break down to you how credit cards work. And when you watch that shit, you be like, hold on. All right, I peep game. And then you just move accordingly. But that shit is definitely like informational, man.
The shit that make the world go around, bro.
Yeah.
It's like even with me, I started like tapping into like investor side with stocks and trading and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit is real.
Yeah, but what
shit
you
is
don't
real.
know, I mean,
shit
that's
is real.
why I don't fault my people, because I'm like, man, what my grandma and my moms didn't know, they didn't know.
Shit,
yeah.
Like,
they were trying to survive.
They
bro.
was like when you trying to survive, you don't got time to think about
And
no
raise
money.
up
Yeah,
and
like
shit
I got the
that,
basics more so from them in terms of money management, but like the shit that like we see now that we're learning,
It's a different game right here.
Yeah.
It's a different game.
I'm looking at money completely different now, bro.
Yeah, but it's what
it's
they've been
completely
It's what
different.
the other side been teaching their kids for years. Like, that's why I tell everybody all this all the time, and like I'm proud of her. I like my 8-year-old daughter knows more about money than the average adult. It's just because I teach her that shit. Like, I'm like, bet you got $50 this week. What you gonna do with it? She tell me how she gonna break it down. Cool, let's move forward.
That's what's up.
But
That's
like,
what's up right there. I like
that's
that.
just how I coach her, because like I never forget this. When I first got into the game with like counseling people and stuff on their finances, this dude told me, he said, yeah, when I was 12, my dad gave me $1,000 and taught me how to trade. He said by the time he turned 18 and went to college, he paid for his entire 4-year degree off of the knowledge and trading he did with $1,000 when he was 12. Paid off an entire 4-year degree, graduated with no debt.
That shit definitely possible too. Like,
And if he did that shit, you know how far ahead he is just
Yes,
by doing
sir.
that shit at the age of 22. You got zero debt, 4-year degree where you can pretty much get the job you want and you don't have to pay nobody back.
and you know how to work the money.
And you know how to work the money? Come on. Like, when he told me that shit, I was like, all right, bet. You ain't got to tell me no different. You don't got to tell me anything else.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. For sure. And they definitely got a great head start, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they get out of college and they already got this secure debt that's just over their head for the rest of their life.
That make the
They
world
can't-
go round, man.
You can't. That's another thing too. Like,
Yeah.
that's the shit. Like, that's why
That's
they
why
push.
I tell niggas,
That's
y'all
why they
gotta watch
push
that
credit
Money
cards.
Explain shit. That shit's so fucking deep, bro.
Bro, the moment I graduated high school, I had 3 offers for credit cards.
I learned shit on there.
Out the blue.
Out
Like,
the
where this
blue,
shit
and I'm
come
like,
from?
I'm not fucking
But
with
when you
this
think
shit.
about it, you 18 and they give you a student loan.
Mm-hmm.
I had a what? I worked at Pizza Hut. Nigga, you telling me from me working at Pizza Hut making, maybe made 15,000 that year. You gonna give me 100,000? Like, come on, dog.
Facts.
Off what back end? But
not knowing no better.
The world is made for us to stay in debt.
Debt is made for us.
It's made for us to chase our tail. That's why I'm like, you gotta. Y'all watch that documentary.
Yeah.
I already knew some of the shit, but I learned some shit from it too. But
I definitely
it'll break it down.
More so, especially like past when I started getting past about 24, 25, I really started to see how money really went off. Like, oh, the banks is on this type time. Okay, these brokers be on doing this. Okay, 401k. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see like how a lot of this shit is really broken down. Like, shit is wild. Like how he say debt make the world go around. That's how they stay funded, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
But me and Drew was having a conversation last week, and I was telling him, I'm like, bruh, the interest that we get off of our money just sitting in the bank ain't shit compared to the money they make off our money sitting in the bank.
That's a fact.
Like that little penny pinching they be doing with us as far as interest ain't shit, bruh.
That's why niggas gotta learn like accounting and shit. Like, this is talking about like a baseline level of accounting and shit. Like how shit work.
Yeah. That's why like with talking about the credit union banks, they're always better.
Always. And I just know that from my experience of working in the bank. I ain't in the bank no more, but that's just from me taking phone calls that people asking me about CD rates. And I'm telling them how low this CD rate is. And they be like, oh, well, such and such credit union offer me this. And I'm, hey, man, we can't change our numbers.
But see, that's the shit that killed me too, right? When I used to meet with people like maybe 45, 50, and they ask me about a CD, I'm like, why you want a CD?
Right.
But they know, because their grandparents had. I'm like, who the fuck is getting a CD nowadays? Like, that's how I'm looking at it, because I just have more information. But I try not to judge. I'm like, what makes you want a CD?
The interest rates. Well, the interest rate story is interesting itself, because a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of banks, like so for example, Bank of America or something like that. When you go get like a car loan or something like that, I'm basically just hitting the reserve. So the reserve is gonna give them a number as far as interest of what they gotta pay. So that's why the fuck your interest be so high, because they got to cover the interest that they got to pay for the reserve. You see what I'm saying? Versus a credit union bank, in most cases, is going to present you with a lower interest rate. But a lot of people don't know that in terms of like why you don't even know they cut off the top just like they getting theirs. So if you have your money just sitting in the bank and they penny pinch you, dog, they making millions off your shit.
Yeah, shit wild, dog. When you start watching and paying attention to how that fucking money work. That's why I look at life totally different when you see how that shit just move around behind the scenes and shit.
Definitely is designed to make you chase your tail, dog. Definitely designed like even.
And that's one of the main questions I always ask people, like, well, why do you like something? Because most people like something because of what it does. Like, okay, well, this does that too. Well, I don't like the name. You understand? This does that plus X, Y, Z and ABC also, right? Nah, I still don't like the name. Bet. At this point, I can't educate you any further. I have to move on because I'm just gonna waste my time. I try not to beat a dead horse, but it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man, it's definitely wild. I also like, even in terms of looking like how fast food workers are moving. I know I heard a couple of them are supposed to like have a strike soon in terms of getting more.
McDonald's was supposed to have one last week.
That's what I heard.
I didn't see it like anything happening.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing happen, but. In terms of them even getting more money, I even see like this. Like I seen one McDonald's they had outside. It had like a starting pay like at $18 an hour, but it had an asterisk by it.
Shit, I seen one the other day. I seen one this morning.
I have a college degree or some shit.
So it was like you get 18 at this X amount. Like, oh, you get this later on. It was funny because I saw a meme. It's like starting pay is like $10, but later on it was like 18. He was like, okay, well I'll start later on.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Shit,
it's
I
like
saw one this morning. Motherfucker was like, on the ad it had, if you get hired, you get a cell phone. You get an iPhone. Then the asterisk below it, within 6 months of working. Nigga, you think I'm gonna work for 6 months just to get an iPhone? I mean, I know some people that'll do it. Not this nigga here though.
I saw some that had a $500 signing bonus right on.
They doing that shit downtown right now. No bullshit.
What?
Everywhere downtown, damn, they doing signing bonuses. Them motherfuckers out Kiowa, they doing $1,000 signing bonuses on both ends. So if you work there, and you bring one of your boys in or whatever, both y'all get $1,000. That's how bad that situation is.
This fast food shit is really kicking their ass, bro.
Now that it's just hospitality and tourism industry. Like that shit got hit bad.
Bro, remember you was telling me how the Wendy's was wrapped around the corner on phosphate?
It's always like that.
My nigga, that's what I forgot to tell you. The next day I went into work, nigga said, Mike, you won't believe this shit, bro. I said, what happened? So I go to Wendy's, right? The bitch wrapped around the fucking corner. I said, bro, fast food restaurants really be getting their ass kicked lately,
punished,
bro.
They getting beat up, bro. Like,
But they've been deemed essential workers, but y'all don't want to pay them like they essential workers.
Like, dog, you think
I'm not mad. I used to work fast food. I ain't fucking with it.
Everybody work fast food, bro.
Cash in my pocket. Do I got 2 5s? I'm like, I didn't have to do this to niggas. I'm like, bro, you go to work and I said 2 5s. I said, this is what they tell you gonna make in an hour. Now I want you to go dig that hole for a whole fucking hour in the sun.
Oh hell no!
Like when you think about it in the grand scheme,
Pies, bro. Let's change your perspective.
you be like, dog. Hold on, then I be like, hold on, matter of fact,
that shit like,
you don't even got this. I need $250 of that.
yeah,
Now you
so
got
really
$750.
$7, and I just get punished in the sun. With this,
You gotta
You
you
be
break
like-
it down physically.
Yeah.
And that's what you
the
need. Like
fuck?
I'm a visual type person. So I'm like I use Coke cans and shit a lot. I'm like, you want this Coke can or this Coke can? I mean, it got the same damn thing in it. This one does this one does that. You know what I'm saying? But like that, the whole fucking money game, this shit, it's interesting.
Bro, when you break it down like that, I'd be like, oh hell no, dog.
I break everything
You
down.
two fucking raggedy ass. Then I only get $7.25 of that bitch. Oh hell no.
That's how I be like,
No,
you can
no,
have
no.
it. Matter of fact, let me get that. You owe me $250 for taxes for just living here on a rock floating in space. That I just happened to one day woke up and say, yeah, I'm gonna
charge.
I'm gonna start charging niggas.
Bro, even the way taxes getting done, like it's the shit is. In my opinion, I know that's not how the world works, but being at the fact that you already take money out my check throughout the year, there's no reason why when I go sit down with you in February or March, whatever the case may be, you still tell me, well, Michael, you owe this.
Still owe money.
Bro.
I'm gonna give everybody a big piece of that. The U.S. tax code is written for the business owner. It's not written for an individual. And I tell everybody that. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you do. You need to figure out how you're gonna start your business
and move accordingly.
move accordingly.
I've been noticing that over like the end of 2020 going into 2021.
Motherfucker, I said I don't care.
I realized
if you
that
sell fucking socks.
yeah,
that you
some had to
get from
switch.
the dollar store and flip them. Like you need to figure out what the fuck you gonna do to sell some shit. Whether you selling advice, whether you selling an actual product, you need to figure out some shit you need to sell and move accordingly.
My dog about to get the OnlyFans started.
Whoa.
When you think about it, by the time we get 40, 50, be like, yo, that OnlyFans shit was wild.
Bro, them boys is
Only
really.
niggas we probably gonna remember is Be Nasty. Who else? It's a couple you probably just gonna remember outside of that. You
Hey,
not
bro,
gonna remember.
I'm not mad at they hustle because no bullshit. Them boys out here getting their condos and doing their thing. I'm not mad at it, bro.
Niggas getting
They lit.
They getting paid.
Hey.
They lit.
They getting paid.
Not the local ones. No, I ain't gonna speak.
And
No,
you
it's
know
a
what?
local one who lit.
I know a local one personally
lit.
who lit.
She lit.
I know a local one that we
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about it. I know a few local ones we ain't gonna talk about.
Yo.
Here's my thing. When you start adding up the discounts, you might need to move accordingly, bro. That's how I look at
The
it.
thing that tripped me out though, I'm like,
When the
some of
discounts,
them, I ain't gonna say no name, but I like, some people got a little too much mouth. And I just be like, if you ain't made $1,000 on your OnlyFans, you need to pack it up, man.
A week.
I give him a month more. I said, if you ain't made that in a month, you need to pack that shit up, little mama.
Damn, a month is very generous. Too.
that's a
It's
month is
very
generous.
generous.
500 to 1,000 in a month.
If you haven't made that, you need to pack that shit up. That's how I look at it.
Oh man.
Pack that shit up. Ain't nobody want to see that, man. Remember on Life when motherfucker they were trying to eat their Jello? Like, man, ain't want to see that, man. I can't even eat my Jello now.
Nobody want to hear that bullshit.
But some niggas, like, I'm in like different groups and shit. A lot of niggas use that shit business wise. So I know a lot of people use that shit for trading and stuff.
I heard that's how it started off though.
Yeah, it started off with
The people who make the most money on
And it
OnlyFans.
started with music too.
Yeah,
Like,
they not.
It started with trainers and stock advice.
Yeah.
I don't think
Like
sex
actual
workers don't
gym
make the
trainers,
most money
like-
off OnlyFans, bro. Like it's a whole.
So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
People automatically hear OnlyFans think, oh, you a nasty nigga. No, motherfucker, I sell advice.
Right.
Go in
But
there.
you gotta realize it's just one of them things. It's like if you don't try and get in these other groups, you won't know what the fuck going on the other side. Like, I always think, like, well, what the fuck do white people talk about all day? I don't know. I try to, like, dabble and get in and see what they're talking about, but it's just interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got it in an all Japanese one day.
What?
How was that?
That shit was crazy. I don't know what the fuck them boys were saying.
Oh, man.
The only nigga in this shit. Like, everybody. But it was like almost like 2,000 people in this shit.
Damn.
I could just hop in this
To see what the hell they talking about.
So I got off Clubhouse over a month.
I haven't been on Club.
I deleted Clubhouse in months.
It was popping when we was doing like those group chats late night.
Yeah.
That shit was popping at a little minute.
But I haven't been on that shit in a month.
Yeah, I've
I
been
logged
delete that
in
app.
for the first time the other
And
day.
I don't think it's enough of the right people on Clubhouse. I always feel
But
like
it could be good for the right reasons.
It could be good for the right reasons though.
Get on there and talk about that bullshit. Like, you know, niggas be making whole Clubhouse rooms talking about, oh, why this nigga is supposed to be in our culture. Like,
Nah, the shit that killed me is the niggas that be like, learn how to make $1 million. Nigga, you don't got $1 million. How you gonna teach me how to make $1 million and you haven't made $1 million?
I'm about tired of that
You
shit
can't even
too.
show me $1 million.
If you can't show me $1 million, don't come to me talk to me about how to make $1 million, bro.
Not just a meal, over a meal, nigga.
Yeah, you need to be a millionaire.
Can't be having those type of conversations with people, dog. Like, it's a waste of time. Like, and that's I saw this one dude, this Asian dude. He's like a realtor, and he was talking about like how his mentor told him like how having money is being rich, and like having time is like being wealthy. Like when you wealthy, you can basically just do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can go take your kids
not tied up nowhere.
because you can be rich, but what if the job that you have requires X amount of your time for you to be rich? And I was like, damn, I never thought about that shit, but it makes sense. And that's the type of life I want to have one day.
But I
where
tell niggas,
I can
I
wake
said,
up one day, any day, and just, I don't have to worry about missing my kids this, or, you know, my mom this, or my sister this, or my nephew this. Like, I can just get up, go, and I'm good.
I
You
tell
know what I'm
niggas
saying?
all the time, if you wake up and the first thing on your mind is buying something, you too far gone. Like, you need to separate yourself from that shit. First thing when you wake up on your mind shouldn't be spending money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because at that point, you just a mass consumer. You on a fucking rat race at this point.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to get off that shit. Like,
Yeah, man, it's a lot of potential. It's money to be made out here.
for sure.
For sure.
You just got to figure out the next hustle.
Yeah, man.
PPPs. That's all. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
that shit.
That shit was wild when they made that list public. Niggas could get on there and see who got the money.
They so stupid. And
Bruh.
Baby Blue from Pretty Ricky, that's a dumbass nigga, bro.
He went crazy though. That
This
nigga had,
nigga
like,
went
24
crazy.
M's, bro. Like,
On a
that's
PPP
wild.
loan.
That's wild.
Then
Wow,
nigga said,
bro.
I don't know if it was a real quote. The nigga was like, oh, I'll do my time and come back and be like,
No, you want to know I think a lot of niggas is doing?
yeah.
You want
I'll be
to
the hottest rapper and I look like Gucci.
All right, bro.
You know what I think a lot of niggas is doing? Because this is nigga we know back home. We know is a fucking crackhead. Like, we know that shit for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga got one of them shit. So I'm thinking niggas is taking them niggas, getting them to apply for them shits, taking like a chunk of that shit and be like,
all of that motherfucker.
yeah, be
probably
like,
give
hey,
them
bro, I'll
500.
give you, if you do this shit, I'll give you a couple bands. And they do the shit. But they getting like 40, 50 bands on the back end and they giving you $1,000, $2,000. And I think that's how they doing a lot of that shit. Cause some of these niggas be like, come on, dog. Ain't no way you smart enough to put in the PPP loan application. Like, I went to school with you, my nigga. You said he. And I'm like, you mean dumb motherfucker? That's dumb. Like that type of shit. Like,
We
come
did
on,
have a
dog.
Tahi nigga in high.
We had a
man.
Tahi nigga.
We had a Tahi nigga.
Hey, man.
That's dumb.
It's dumb,
I
bro.
don't know. I remember being.
nigga racist.
I remember being in English class one day, and this girl was like in the Tiger, and I was like, "It's Tiger. Like, what's Tiger? Like, you don't see 2 G's in there.
Where did you come up with that?
Where
you
you-
call
Where did you
that
get that
shit?
E?
Like, where you
extra
adding? Where you
from?
adding all this other shit from?
There was always a one person that the teacher picked on them to read. It was going to be a long 45
Hey,
minutes.
my favorite teacher, Miss McFadden, bro. If you was an asshole in her class and she knew you couldn't read,
She was picking on
nigga,
you.
you read it, nigga. You read it, and everybody gonna hear you fumble.
The class couldn't wait for shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember one time.
Hey, they call shit popcorn reading, innit?
Popcorn reading.
Oh, nigga, wait, nigga be sitting there looking at you all day.
Oh, when
Yeah, nigga, I'ma get you.
when they get his paragraph, oh nigga, we about to laugh.
Bro, I
like
remember
your
one
ass.
time. I remember one time in 6th grade, bro. I got in trouble behind that shit. So like he said, we had popcorn reading. So this motherfucker was struggling. Nigga, I just started picking up where he left off, and the teacher was like, "Michael." I'm like, bro. I was like, "You said it's popcorn reading." So when he finished the pen, I just picked up where he started off and just took that shit and ran with it.
Bro, I'd have been crying in there.
I'm like, bro, some of the students was laughing, but I'm like, because I'm like, bro, like we don't want to. I didn't say it, but I'm like, everybody know like this man been struggling for like 15 minutes with this paragraph, bro, and it's like, let me just take it and run with it.
Yeah, I fuck with that though, because they be burning a good chunk of the class fucking up a
You see what I'm
paragraph.
saying, bro? Like,
Bro.
Like, hey, do your thing, man. I know how to read though. So.
you know what I'm saying? I know how to read. Like, so what we doing here, bro? What we doing?
Yo, that shit be wild though, dog.
Oh man.
So how y'all feel about these playoffs, man? What we thinking so far? What we
See
thinking?
them niggas put them 2 pictures of Curry looking back at them boys. That shit solidified in my mind.
Shit.
Them niggas did Curry Greaves.
Who your team, Breeze?
I don't really got it.
You don't got a
You
team?
don't got a
Shane,
team.
who your team? Celtics, right?
Celtics. Yep.
Oh, okay.
We about to get swept.
Oh my god.
Damn, bro.
Like it's
Wait,
swept,
man,
bro.
wait. That game
get
wasn't
swept,
that
bro.
bad, bro. Like,
Huh?
come on,
My man's
man.
living
Them boys shot cold in the first half, and they wasn't really on their shit. So
Man,
they still won. They still won like that. I don't know. It might be a long day. I give respect out of Tatum to get one though. But
Yeah.
you saying
Right.
sweet?
We get one. I give us one, but it definitely done in about 5, bro. We ain't getting the 6 or 7 for sure. Not with them
Damn,
3, bro.
bro.
Not with them 3, bro. I'm just trying to be reasonable. Them $3 is nasty, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't. That game wasn't that bad to say we can get swept, but
It wasn't that bad, but we losing. Us not having Brown is that shit hurt.
I don't think it was Brown for watching that game last night. We just ain't hit enough shots. We wasn't hitting enough shots, man.
I think
The
surprising.
defense
Their
was there.
defense stepped
The
up,
defense
bro.
was there.
Kimba was. Oh man, Kimba had a bad stretch one time. He was like.
That's what
And then
I
nigga
said,
started
like,
going. This nigga started making shots.
He started
At
making
the end of the
shots.
game.
Like, I ain't seen a straight through consistent game from Kimba since we got him. Like,
Bro,
bro.
I
it's
think
streaks with him.
I
bro.
think
like,
Kyrie defense is underrated, bro.
Kyrie has some good ass.
Like when
defense last night,
he's
for sure.
locked in, bro. Like his defense is on point, bro. And you know James, he gonna get the steals.
Ain't
KD
gonna
on
draw the
Tatum was a
fouls.
good matchup to see too.
Oh man, it started off good.
Yeah,
with that.
Tatum thought he was gonna get that fadeaway, but this nigga like 7 foot. So
Bruh, shit,
Hey, I saw the way LeBron sold that fucking eye poke.
the eye poke.
man.
man, that man finger was in his nigga
I
ass.
know, no.
What the?
I know. Hold on. The funniest joke I seen on Twitter out of that shit. Somebody was like, they posted the picture with like Draymond hands like this. It was like, that should be a flagrant because I know Draymond digging his butt.
Yo, timeline is.
They're like, he look like the
bruh.
type of nigga be digging his ass.
Timeline is hilarious. bruh.
The boy said that's why James Harden's eye was red that long because when Draymond rigged his that's how that shit was like that. I was like, wow. Y'all remember that shit 2019? That shit was
Harden
crazy.
eye was looking crazy. That nigga.
Dame and them boy turned up on Denver last night, boy.
I
And
fell
Melo.
asleep on that game, but
Melo got his
watched that
bag.
highlight.
He
How
said,
much
yeah.
Melo had? I didn't.
I fell asleep, but at halftime he had at least 18.
Ooh.
What kept booing the man?
He had 12 in the first quarter.
Denver was booing Melo.
Every time he got the ball.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh
didn't even think of
yeah,
that
kill
shit.
them
I didn't
niggas,
think of
Melo.
Denver.
Kill them, boy, bro.
I didn't even think of them.
Kill him
Remember
Yeah,
that
everybody.
rookie jersey went platinum in the hood?
That shit.
Man, that's one of the
Everybody
greatest
had
jerseys of all
He got
time.
like three or four platinum jerseys, bro. Like real
Shout out to
talk,
Mitchell
bro.
and Ness for bringing that jersey back, but that jersey
That
was
shit-
hard as a
that baby
bitch.
blue went
Everybody
crazy.
had
That
that
baby
shit.
blue with the
Baby
yellow.
blue went
Oh,
crazy.
You remember the authentic one had like the specs in it?
Yeah, that one was the shiny looking one.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Shit
want
went
that shit
crazy,
too.
bro.
I've been hating on niggas that wore that shit. Y'all seen when man talk about that
Yeah,
this weekend?
I was hating on niggas who's doing backflips.
Niggas like
bruh.
So that
Backflip era, bro.
that
Oh,
was a
man.
conversation. Was like let's all be honest. What kind of niggas you hated on? When you
Niggas
growing
who was
up and
doing
shit?
backflips and singing.
Everybody hated niggas that could do backflip. Like, damn, how that nigga do that fucking backflip?
I used to be busting my ass in the back.
Hell yeah! Damn,
I ain't
about to
never
break the
attempted to do
fucking
one
neck
of them
trying
shits.
to.
I used to attempt the hell out that shit. I couldn't get
Niggas
that
was
Y'all
shit.
ever
big.
did aerial flip? I know when we used to play football. We used to do aerials off the bleachers and shit like that after practice.
Oh yeah, I ain't fucking with
Nah,
that,
I definitely did none of that shit.
We used to do them
That's
shit
the only
we used
time
to do
I
shit
did
off the
some shit
bleachers,
like
bro.
bro. Listen,
Ain't nothing worse than when you everybody done felt this pain before. Like you jump off something too high and that fucking shock in your fucking ankle.
Oh, the shock.
You do that shit one time, you be like, I'm good on all that
shit.
shit.
Scared straight for sure.
It was worse, especially when you like the girl and the nigga just cleared the block like this some Olympic shit, and he get to doing the backflips, and she like, oh my god, like.
That's why they always say black people take over everything, and we didn't have such a stigma around shit.
Real shit, bro. We dominate any sport if
as
we
a
wanted
kid,
to.
you be like, oh, that nigga
Y'all
flipping
think
his ass off.
You think black people got a stigma about gymnastics?
Oh yeah.
What's the stigma though? Like,
I don't want to say it, but you know what it
is. You see a nigga
is.
in tights and shit flipping, and she like, all right, you gonna have a.
I ain't gonna lie, cause I've seen it said before, but I also grew up watching like gymnastics and shit like that. Like,
I mean, I grew up watching
I used to
it too,
watch
but
like
it's just
ESPN like during the daytime when they showing like the lumberjack games and the random gymnastics shit. Like I used to watch ESPN, so like I was like, this shit kind of normal, bro. Like, but I can't say I haven't seen the stigma perpetuated.
Yeah,
I would say I haven't seen none of that, but coming up, you may have watched it, but like. We didn't have any spots where we were from to go take up gymnastics.
Like me and Shane from
right.
like Charleston. Right. So we ain't had like no.
You had the jungle gym at the school. That's all. Yeah,
exactly.
That's all you had, bro.
Gym, monkey balls.
And that bitch had a little rust on it. You know, you hit that bitch the right way, you cut your whole fucking leg up.
Yeah.
Might have to go get a tetanus shot too.
Man, I know niggas on the east side that doing like backflips with no hands and shit.
Right.
Getting emotion, and this nigga's in jeans. You know what I'm
saying?
Exactly.
Easy too. He clearing them shit.
You
He
know
clearing them
and
shit.
that
Like,
is like to see that shit is like. Yeah, this nigga wants to go do this
right.
shit on the map. He'll kill this shit because they got the springboard.
Right.
And shit. He's doing this shit on the fucking
and they can actually wrap his
pavement.
hands up and shit. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit used to be crazy.
But it's like the stigma. That's why niggas never like really.
There's nothing there that says this is okay.
Yeah.
Backboard, this is okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you only see
We
more
got
so
changed shit
with
like
the
that.
women.
Fact.
Yeah, Simone Biles.
Because everything
it
in this world revolves around us at the end of the day.
It just go down to showing people different things from what they used to seeing around them. So
yeah.
Hey man, our makeup is our makeup for a reason. That's all I'm saying on that.
It's all
man.
about the experience. You gotta. I'm big on that. That's what my daughters. I make sure they experience damn near everything I can think of possible for them.
They gotta get into extracurricular.
I was like, you gotta experience this.
Yeah.
I know me growing up, I just didn't experience it. I grew up with my grandma. Grew up in the country and shit, so you know, I just didn't have a lot of experiences and things. We all have a different walk in life because we grew up in different areas. But yeah, I'm big on that. Experience is the teacher at the end of the day.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely. I'm interested to see how the gymnastics takes off within the next 5. I think it'll be starting to get more broadened. Is it who played today as far as the playoffs? I know the Suns, Lakers. Who else? Jazz, Grizzlies.
Y'all got the Lakers getting past the Suns?
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Who y'all got like overall like coming out?
Yeah, who's y'all finals pick?
Who y'all got?
I got Brooklyn coming out the East.
Yeah, I got Brooklyn too.
And
The West, who y'all got coming out?
It's
tough.
It's tough. I must say this shit is tough this year for the West.
I low key think
even the West been in a
pull
while.
that shit out.
It's definitely most even the West been in a while. But much as I hate to say it, LeBron the nigga's amazing. So you can never count the nigga out. So I definitely feel like the Lakers might be in the semifinals. I just don't know who they gonna be going against. I just don't see the Suns or the Jazz winning that shit, even though they like the top 2 teams.
I can see the Clippers coming out. I think
and that's just me.
Even after yesterday's game.
I think it's gonna be the Clippers.
Did you watch the game yesterday between them boys?
Oh, Luka was dominating that game.
Luka killed him.
Oh, I didn't see the clip where he son Patrick.
He was like you too damn
small.
He told him he's like you too small.
Yeah, that boy won 113-100.
Yeah.
Dallas came out the game. This game won. I think Clippers still take that in 5.
But then it won like that last year too though. Luka hit that game winning against.
Yeah, but they was up 2-1.
Oh, he was up 2-1 on.
Yeah, they supposed to close that bitch out.
Oh, the Dallas was up 2-1.
No, Clippers was up 2-1.
All right.
You feel like the Clippers gotta come out the first round?
For sure.
Hell yeah.
They cannot lose this
series.
Last year. They went out bad, but it's not bad as them losing in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta get out the first round at least. Other than that, they need to blow that shit the fuck up. Like real talk. Like
I wouldn't say blow it up. If they lose
round?
this year, no.
After how you lose in the bubble.
No, I wouldn't say that.
And they supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals now.
They supposed to be.
When you say blow it up, you still keep Kawhi and PG?
Who do you keep? One of them got to go.
No, you keep both.
For what?
PG ain't going nowhere. He just signed an extension.
Yeah, he done got paid.
Now Kawhi, I think he got an option, but I mean, where Kawhi gonna go at? He might as well stay. That's how I look at it.
Who y'all got coming out the West?
This man say Miami. Everybody's
Miami?
Yo, y'all gotta chill out with the Photoshop shit, bro.
They don't need Lakers shit?
Bro, like they overtook that. They overtook that role.
I was like,
They overtook that role. Yeah.
Hold on, Mike. What's going on? What you see, bro?
Dame Lillard, Giannis. I haven't seen the Kawhi one yet, but Drew done said I wouldn't be surprised if I seen the Kawhi one. Like, y'all always got somebody in the jersey, bro.
Damn, they don't need Lakers shit.
The little white children have time. That's all I would say.
Heat Nation on Instagram. That's what they doing.
Yeah, that's all. Y'all get your feelings hurt because y'all didn't even put James in a Heat jersey. That's crazy. Y'all didn't. Y'all didn't even put James in there. You wanted to keep the Hardy Boys, man.
Oh, the 76ers played today. Oh, they played yesterday.
They play the Wizards.
They played today.
How far that going?
Ooh, 7? You think I go 7?
What?
They can't afford to go 7.
Oh, I'm ready to see.
They going 7 with the Wizards?
Russ
and Beal taking the 6 or 7?
It's personal for us.
I want to see Russ and Embiid got the little riff.
He don't fuck with Embiid, dog.
You don't fuck with him.
He don't fuck with Embiid. Mo, where you got that series going?
Shit, I didn't know niggas was gonna say 7 games.
Man, I got that shit going 4.
You think niggas getting swept?
I think niggas getting swept.
That's the first game. That game at 1 o'clock. That's the
Damn,
first
man.
game.
Yeah.
Yo, Wizards getting swept?
I'll give Russ respect and give him 1, but it'll be on some they up 2-0 or 3-0 type shit.
And he just get one
He get one off GP.
on a lazy
He
play.
get one off GP. He get one off GP, bro. Like, I don't see them winning that series at all.
I had it going at least 5. You know what I'm saying? They get one. They get one. They get one.
Now, if the Suns somehow win this series,
Bruh.
somehow, because I don't want to hold Chris Paul and Devin Booker on them. Would have been great all year, so I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But I don't want to hear no shit if the Suns get this first game and it's this, because on the flip side, niggas say if the Lakers win this first game, then they getting swept. So it's like, if the Suns win this first game, just get them boy their credit and let the shit play out, because it's not like they don't match up. They match up with them.
No, they do.
You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna come down to D-Book more so. Is you gonna take advantage of your first time on the stage and get busy?
Mm-hmm.
I expected Derrick Rose first playoff game from Devin Booker. That's my expectation from him.
Oh, yeah,
when he went in the Boston Garden, his first playoff game dropped 38, 39, and they won. That's what I expect from D-Book. Don't get out there on because you be crying about all-star votes and all this other shit. Nigga, be an all-star, nigga.
Game. I don't, because I've seen enough from.
Man, that's warranted.
I've seen enough from this year where he's had like big stages and he ain't, like Chris Paul give him like, hey, this is your time, and like
Yeah.
He ain't taking.
he ain't take it.
We'll see how this play out, man. But yeah, man.
Y'all got the Knicks going far?
They're beating the Hawks.
They beating the
I got
Hawks.
the
I
Hawks
got them
beating
beating the
them,
Hawks.
boy.
I got the Knicks
You
in
got the Hawks beating
5.
I got the Hawks beating them boy in 6.
I got the Knicks in 5.
in 6.
Knicks defense is nasty.
Their defense is too. Dog, Trey gonna get his, but he gonna have to. Tibbs got something for his
Tibbs got
ass.
something.
That's all I'm gonna say. He gonna have to earn every bit of his 20-something points he gonna get per night. Ain't gonna be none of that crying shit, nigga.
If the Knicks win, they play Brooklyn. If Brooklyn beat the Celtics,
No, they play the Sixers.
Play the Sixers
okay.
or the Wizards.
What if we get a Knicks-Nets Eastern
That's why
Conference
I
final?
asked that shit.
Ooh,
That'd be
dope.
That'd be dope.
that'd be dope as hell.
They losing in 5, but
Spike gonna be shook.
Bruh.
And Spike from Brooklyn, but I get it. Brooklyn never had a team. They just got the
You
Nets.
see how they put the dude from Toronto as a super fan and
Oh,
Hall of
Hall of Fame, yeah, they
niggas
want to
saying,
put
what
Spike
about
in there.
Spike?
What
Everybody knows Spike.
where Clip Darrow at?
Shit, what about
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson?
Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson.
Yeah,
Somebody
was like,
on ESPN said the dude from Toronto never missed a home game. They was like, Spike them boys miss games, miss some.
He
games.
never missed a home. I could believe that
He
though.
never missed a home game.
The motherfucker look like he rich.
Them bitches only been there what since '95.
exactly.
Yeah, like how the fuck? That's not fair, bro. That's not fair. The
Oh,
Knicks
no,
been
right.
here.
I feel you.
The Knicks is an original team. Like,
The Knicks was here before Spike probably was born.
No, they were. That's what I'm saying. That's an original team. Like,
Yeah, man. We definitely gonna see how
That's
this shit
not
play
fair at
out.
all.
So we got anything else before we get up out of here?
We talk about Hall of Fame. What y'all feel about the Hall of Fame class coming up?
Oh yeah, the class that just the Hall of Fame.
I'm
Class.
talking about when that coming up this year.
who Hall of Fame this year?
Like Ben Wallace and
Chris Webber on there, right?
Chris Webber.
Paul Pierce on
Paul
there.
Pierce.
It's like 3 other names on
Yeah.
there, man. Bill Russell going in as a coach this
As a
time.
coach.
And
Bro, that's why when you think about it, the boys had player coaches back in the day.
yeah,
Tamika
said-
Catchings, right?
Tamika
Tamika
Catchings. Yeah,
Catchings,
Tamika Catchings. Yeah.
That player coach shit was
It's
wild.
gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
man.
then we about to get Julio, man. That's about it.
Oh man, yeah.
Julio Jones.
Julio
We getting
Jones to the
Julio,
Pats,
man.
bro.
Once the man done said he won't play with Cam.
Somebody say why? Because Cam can't throw deep balls. But hey, I'm
Hey man,
here
we
for it, bro.
gonna kill that narrative
Cam
this
can
game.
throw the
Bro.
deep
He
ball,
can throw the deep.
Bro, I'm a
He
fan of
never
Cam.
had he never had a Julio to throw it to.
That's
though.
facts.
So,
Nah, he never had that. He had Kelvin Benjamin.
Oh, man.
For
where's
2
Kelvin
years.
Benjamin at
in
now?
New York being a tight end? And they say he's supposed to flourish as a tight end,
That's
and I
crazy
hope
he
he
signed
do.
as a
But
tight end.
He on the Jets?
Nah,
Giants.
He on the Giants.
Oh wow.
So it'd be good to see it revive his career. I never want to see somebody's career just
See what
go
him
to
and
the
Danny
wayside.
Jones can do.
That's how you
Yeah,
feel
we'll
about Tebow too.
Boy, fuck him.
Nah, Tebow, that shit.
That shit
When
wild,
last time
bro.
he played like that was like 2011, 2012.
12, bro.
And he got the number 1 jersey sales.
Yeah, and he got number 1 jersey sales right now.
I tell you,
I told you
bro.
about being on cold, bro, because we all know, bro, like 10 years. Like, that's 10 years. Come on, bro.
Mind you, now Cam sat behind this man when he was a god of college football and lapped that man. As far as an NFL career, lapped this man.
Hell yeah.
Cam,
Where Cam at now? Tebow's supposed to be doing.
But Cam still won too.
No, that's what I'm saying though. But he was behind him.
Yeah,
when
he was
a
behind him,
god.
yeah.
Like it was like, oh, Cam Newton
couldn't-
ain't never
you
getting in this
couldn't- yeah,
game.
you
That's why
couldn't
he.
say nothing about
Well, he
that
got
man.
kicked out of school, so he had to go to junior college. He won at every level.
Yeah.
Tebow ain't did that. Cam ain't get the Super Bowl, but he's had a very successful career. Like he lived up to being the number 1 overall pick. Tim Tebow was supposed to be the number 1. We go take the the next one up. The
This
chosen
man has
one.
been able.
Will Tebow be considered a bust?
No, because he wasn't drafted that high. I think busts are top 10.
He's been able to damn play
Buster
football.
top 10.
He's played for the Mets, baseball.
This nigga done everything he wanted to do.
He's broadcasted. He done been a pastor, and he come back and play football. This shit is crazy, bro.
That nigga has lived like 5 lives.
John Manziel's doing the biggest pound of coke.
Johnny Manziel waiting on the.
Hey, his family
on that-
got his
what's it,
family got oil
XFL?
money. He
When
good.
XFL to come back.
He good. He got his family got oil money. He ain't worrying about an NFL check, man. It would have been nice, but he ain't sweating none of that shit, man. But yeah, man, this was some good shit to have y'all come through here,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Like,
Yeah, we
good to get
appreciate
this
y'all
SC
having us.
collab, man.
Man.
We
Already.
gotta definitely do this shit again, man.
Facts.
Show.
Facts.
Shout out to y'all for coming through. Y'all got some shout outs?
I just want to give a quick shout out to my boy Rudy, man. He died a couple weeks ago. I played ball with him. I graduated 07. He graduated 08. Legend back home, 31.
Yeah, RP to him, man.
31. It's crazy because they literally had his
He had
his birthday was
party.
his birthday was like on a Wednesday. They had his party like on a Saturday night, and which Saturday before Mother's Day, he had an accident that night and died in that accident that night.
That's some
So-
news to get as a mother, so definitely prayers up to his
Yeah,
mom.
praise
Yeah,
God and
man.
condolences to his
Yeah, man.
family, man.
So I just say shout out to all my people back home, man, and rest in peace to Rudy.
Yeah,
Just
man.
make you look at life differently.
Briggs, you got any shout outs?
Nah, I'm
You
good.
good?
Same
Word.
thing every day. Hey, y'all go out there, y'all get money.
Yeah,
That's my
man.
only shout out.
Moju, y'all got any shout outs?
I'm good, man.
Shout out to the city.
Yeah,
Facts,
man.
Already.
Get movie. Move different, man. You just gotta move different out here.
Yeah, man. Especially after the night we all just realized happened in Charleston. Definitely some sad shit, but y'all prayers out to all those families too. My bad, we didn't even kind of speak
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
them.
for real.
Definitely prayers out to the city on that. The city is
Yeah,
definitely. That's like 5 events I heard happened this past week. I don't know the information and everything that's revolves around all of them, but I did hear it was a few deaths. So definitely prayers up to those families and anybody else injured or hurt or anything
man.
like that.
Y'all
One
be
of them
safe out here,
situations.
Facts, bro.
Shout out all my niggas who followed us too, man. Like
Oh yeah,
most
for
of
sure.
y'all,
Yeah,
man. All y'all who followed us out here, man. You know, hope
I
y'all
don't see how
live long
niggas.
lives,
I don't
man.
see how niggas couldn't do this shit. I wouldn't trade this shit for anything.
Like, damn, bro, you can't even be in legit life. Like, that's
Right.
crazy.
This shit cool to me. I tell niggas that all the time. I'm like, you literally get to see a little person grow up and they act just like you.
Yeah.
Like I be in the house getting in trouble because me and my girls, we be in that bitch just rolling off stupid shit. My girl be mad as a motherfucker. But all 3 of us just be in that bitch just wilding, having
That's
fun
beautiful,
and shit.
man. That's
Right.
beautiful. Yeah, it's crazy. I want my first child to be a little girl. So
You say that.
Yeah.
Some girls, I don't
Different,
know.
boy.
It's different.
My
bruh.
girls built different, boy.
I do want a little girl though, man. I want a boy too, but I want my first child.
I
to be a
always
girl.
did want a boy first though, because I was like, I want a boy first. So worst case scenario, I'm no longer here.
Oh yeah.
They can, make sure shit straight and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And they the oldest, so they're gonna have a different level of responsibility and maturity too. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Whatever you get, I got slapped with 2 girls around my birthday. One came on my birthday, so I got a real raw deal.
Yeah.
You signed a big raw.
Big roll.
I always said, I said, big homie, I don't know what I did, but I apologize. I apologize.
Damn, boy, that's a raw one.
That's a crazy one, bro.
On the
So
birthday.
When you told me that shit, I was like, well, nigga,
Shit, our
what?
birthday.
Word.
That shit, bro.
And she know that too. Like,
Oh, this
my
my
birthday,
birthday.
nigga. This is my day, nigga. Like,
Shit,
that's
our birthday
cool.
coming up this weekend. My oldest is on Friday, the 28th, and me and my youngest is on the 30th.
Okay, shout out
That's
to the
crazy,
shout out to
bro.
the Gemini
Wow.
game, man.
Crazy, bro.
Shout out to the Gemini game, man.
Right.
Shout out to us,
When that
man.
shit happened, I was like, you
That's
gotta be
crazy,
fucking-
bro.
I got the first one. I was like, all right, bet. It's 2 days before I can do that. Next one, I was like, come on, hold on.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I've been fucking around the same time.
Hey, man, you were, man.
Crazy, bro.
I was like, damn, everything aligned like that.
That retrograde hit him crazy. That retrograde. That retro.
Yeah.
Bro.
But yeah, man. Shout out to y'all for coming through, man.
Always,
Appreciate the invite, man.
Appreciate the love. Appreciate everybody in the city. Always
Good
appreciate
energy,
all the
man. Always good
listeners.
energy.
Yeah, man, we definitely locking this in again for sure. Though.
But yeah,
For sure.
man.
You know, like we say every episode, man. If you hear anything on here that gets you in your feelings, always remember
We just some messages.
we out.